and the album was made. The album's finished now, mastered, everything. And then Mr. Shabir says to Gurdas, man, we got to work on the video, And he goes, B, I want to do my vocal again. I don't think my vocal was...
All right, welcome to Frequency and Friends. We're back for another episode. This episode is legendary in itself. Even if this gentleman doesn't say another word, just the fact that he's pulled up a chair to our table is enough. We're very thankful. It is someone that has literally defined the Punjabi music that you listen to today and in the past 20 to 25 years. He's known as the music man himself. Let's welcome Sukshinder Shinda. Everybody make some noise.
Thank you.
Give it up for the man.
Thank you so much.
Shinda, thank you so much for coming and joining us. You've worked on over 200 albums, collaborated on over 200 albums yourself. Like I don't even want to start counting the amount of tracks that's got to turn out to be. That's got to be in the thousands. But I mean, a legend like yourself to come in and speak with us, we really do appreciate it. You were out in Toronto for a performance this past weekend. Yeah. Do you come to Toronto often? Do you like it out here?
Yeah. I got a lot of friends, and I always come here. Been coming for many years, and this was a very big show for me, It was like a women's mela, and I've never seen so much women in my life, in one room. So this was one of my very big memories. And before, another Toronto memory was when we broke the record for the Wonderland,
Everyone remembers that.
So I mean, when people say we broke the record, but officially we got the letter back from the from the Wonderland. With the print on them, and so they gave us like
the
plaque,
basically saying that you broke that record. And I don't know if you know, but I think the time that you guys did it, the only time that was done before that was at Michael Jackson in the 80s.
That's nuts.
So I heard Wonderland shut down the next day because they just couldn't even keep up with the demand of things.
No, it's absolutely true. The food ran out. Everything was run out of the whole place. And I'm sure everybody in this room probably remembers that. We were all there.
It's like it's only a few programs in your life that you get to do this, Otherwise, you do a lot of shows. And so the one the other day, with the women, that was one of the memories because that was packed out to the full,
It looked like a festival. It looked like there was just 10, 20,000 people out there.
So you mentioned you were here for the Tia da Mela. Do you guys not have that in the UK? It's
no.
Oh, really, eh?
They have maybe women nights, but not this much gathering.
Okay. So we're glad that we're starting. I mean, as you've noticed, even in the music industry, Toronto has become a hub for a lot of things. With North America as a whole. In your past career, is there some memorable moments you remember in Toronto other than Wonderland?
Yeah, I mean, I've always come here to do shows, and like I say, I got two of my writers here, man. Amarjeet Singh Musapuri,
Yeah, you brought some friends with you.
And Gurminder Maddoke.
Yeah.
He's written songs for Sony Pavla, the late Sony Pavla. Wow. He's a great artist, from Toronto as well. Sadly, he passed away. So Amarjeet Musapuri, my first tape, Gal Sun Jai, man, he'd written 7 songs in this tape, man, The Beatles on fire, man. So all this, Sony Lagdi and all these lyrics, man, and this kind of different vibe was written by him.
That was a classic.
I like to
That's
thank
my
him
favorite
daily.
song. I still play it at parties.
So when people say wherever I go, man, तो जिरा तू fast rapping करदा, Punjabi rapping करदा, ते ये बाजी ने लिखा सीगा.
Thank you guys for coming out and joining us as well, and we're gonna hear from them later on the episode. I'm so sorry, I forgot to introduce myself and my co-host. I was so caught up with over here. My name's Kultar Rai. I have Jay Static, infamous producer and DJ, world-renowned DJ KSR, and DJ M as well in the building, who is just a fact book of your tracks. Like me and him, we met earlier today, and after that we were sitting together, and some of the stuff that this guy knows for his age about Punjabi music or the culture in general is just mind-blowing.
Yo, man, I'm sitting beside a legend. You're putting me on the spot right now.
It was the same thing with Jazzy though, right?
Yeah, same thing.
Shinda bhai, this is our second time for this season being back in our home office. We took the show on the road for a couple episodes, so it's nice to be back in our home office, and we're glad that you joined us here. Buddy, we like to basically take it all the way back, so we get a kind of a good feeling about who you are as a person. Rather, we know the music, we know the awards, we know all of that because if you were anywhere to do with Punjabi music, if you had made a top 10 song in the last 30 years, this gentleman had something to do with it in one way or another. That's a fact. But let's take us back to where you come from. You come from the capital of Bhangra music in UK, which is Birmingham.
Handsworth.
Handsworth, to be specific.
That's where I was born and bred up, in Handsworth.
That's where you were born and raised.
I remember in our area at that time when I was growing up, there was a Nari Sangeet party. Lus Lus Karte Ang, maybe you heard that song, you know. There was a very famous group. Then you had a Pachanki group from Smedik.
Wow.
And then you had Sati group. And then the living legend A.S. Kangji. He lived in Handsworth. Balwinder Surfer used to just live down the road from us.
That's crazy.
That's
So
insane.
all these people just walk in distance, you know. You could walk to the house in 5 minutes.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
That's unbelievable.
imagine.
I mean, that's like Toronto kind of now. Like, there's so many producers and singers, but it's not that level.
Nah,
of
it's
crazy.
not even close to
It's
that
getting
level.
there. It's getting there.
And when we was growing up, we always had the instruments in my house. Even now, you know, the tabla, harmonium, it was always there, man. So anyone is always ready to go, you know.
Yeah.
And then, like, that's how when my brother was alive, you know, and all his friends, someone was a singer, someone was an accordion player, someone was a tabla player, someone was a tubulki player. These old people come in every day, you know.
So what do you think brought that influence into that part of UK, Birmingham to be specific? Like, was it just a coincidence that all these great legendary singers and musicians all just happened to be in the same area, or was there something that attracted people?
No, they came from India, and they used to sing at the temple before, you know. Even my father, Sadhu Singh Tamai ji, he used to sing in the temple.
Okay.
It used to be like every weekend, you know, and they'd go there because there was only a little bit of community of Punjabis at that time. And every Sunday they'd be there, and everyone would sing like, "Assi bhi ek geet gana ya keda." So it started from there. Then these groups started coming up, you know, Pachangi group and Sathi group, and many groups formed from this. Like Sathi group was a Bhangra group, but then before my time, but I know the history, you know.
Yeah.
And then there was dancing, and then they made 3-4 groups out of that, you know. So this is all developed from there. It was a very big thing. And then after these groups, then Hira group and Alap group and Premi group, and they took it to another level.
Well, let's talk about a group that you were specifically very close to, Numana Group.
That's my big brother, yes.
That's your big
Numana.
brother, rest in peace.
Yes.
How did that come about, and how did you get involved with them?
Well, that was before I was kind of, when I was growing up, he'd be doing shows, you know, Numana Group. I mean, there was no DJs at the time. So you could have a group, man. And you could have one, and someone will say, okay, yaar, sade bande nu vyah te inna nu sadna. So everyone will get bookings, you know, because there'll be a lot of weddings and they got to book someone, man. You just sing in cover versions. Obviously, there was only a few people who had records at that time. And then my brother was a very good singer. He was taught, and he knew how to sing filmy songs, Shabad Kirtan, folk songs, Qawwali, everything, because he was properly taught, you know. So it'd take me along. When I was a little kid, you know, and I'd just be playing tabla, I'd been banging away. I didn't really know, you know, much at all at that time. But I used to love the sound of the Indian instruments.
You're how old at this time?
Even 8-9 years old, you know.
Wow.
Oh,
I've been going on stages.
How old was your brother?
My brother was about 30 then.
30.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. About 28 to 30.
Okay.
And then I'll be just going there and just going for maybe the Coke and crisps, you know. So, but I loved it, you know. And I understand now. Even I take my little children with me now because he wanted me to get in this, and he thought, you know, because music's a thing like this, man. It gets you away from many bad things out there, man.
100%.
You understand? So I always say to kids, man, or their parents, encourage you. If they want to learn an instrument, don't stop them.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, music.
1000%.
Absolutely. So you're following your older brother. Like, I mean, a lot of
Yes,
us.
yes.
I had an older brother. If you have an older sibling, you know you copy everything that they do. You're always following.
Yeah,
them
because
around.
I'm with 5 brothers. I'm the smallest, you know.
Oh wow.
And my big one, Mohan Singh, was the biggest, and sadly 2 of them have passed away. But me and my elder than me, Gurnam Singh, we used to learn, you know. And the guy used to teach him, come to teach him, you know. But then I'd pick up the lessons, you know.
Yeah.
So my brother knew that he had a bit of more interest, you know. So he started teaching me, you know, harmonium and tabla. And then I started learning of Kuldeep Singh Matharu ji. And then he took me to my Guruji, Ajit Singh Matlasi ji, who I've been learning for many years, and I still do now. And then I started learning to all from the great Lal Singh Patti.
I'm sorry, you said you're still learning.
Yes,
till today.
yes. Every time, you know.
Wow. Can you guys believe that? This is somebody who's been in the music industry for
Student of the
25
game.
plus years, and he's still learning.
And you
Like,
can
you don't
see
hear
on the
that very
internet,
much.
you know, some of the, when I go to my Ustad ji, Baldev Narang ji from Jalandhar, a great classical vocalist. So I'm learning more classical kind of music now, you know.
And
trying to get deeper.
And that's it's not really common because a lot of people that come from classical will go into other concepts of music, but you're going back to classical.
Because folk music, it all generates from classical music, you know. Even folk, and you have to know the base of the foundation kind of thing is all classical. So I like to get into that deeper, you know.
Very nice, very nice. So you were a musician at first. You're playing a various amount of
So like
instruments.
I'm gonna go back when I was with my brother, you know. Then I started getting into it more. So started learning tabla more, you know, practicing many hours in the tabla and learning all the tals. So then people start, you know, they're saying be Moni da munda changa pyanda oda bra nu le ja karo. Start going with groups like as a solo musician, you know. Then someone will take me on the keyboard because I was only small, but I could pick it up straight away, kind of thing, you know.
And then, this is while they're performing, so you're picking it up and playing while they're performing.
And then so sometimes someone take me on the keyboard, you know, someone will take me on the tool, someone take me on the tabla, and I start getting a lot of work. I was only at school, you know. They give me about 10-15 quid. That was a lot of money that time, man.
Yeah, what was your favorite instrument to play?
I love any music, but I started off on the tabla, you know.
Okay.
Then I started bringing that style on the tool.
Yeah.
So when I start playing on stage, then people start calling me for recordings, you know. Played on a lot of recordings first.
So they'd call you into the studio, you'd play live for them, they recorded it.
Yeah, then they say, some people will say, okay, man, play some tabla, then play some tool. Okay, man, you do a bit of keyboards for us, man. And I go, all right, man, and I just do it.
Pretty much do the track.
Do you remember anybody that we would be able to recall or a hit track before you had made your name that you were involved with?
I played on many albums, you know. Another Fine West, the Safari, the you know, the bowling, and a Bomb the Tumbi. I played on a lot of tracks there.
I have that on record.
That's crazy.
And then I played on Tool Jigiru. I played the Tool on that as well.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Chandigarh Kare Aashki B21. I played on that as well.
That's crazy.
He's just dropping hit after
Yeah,
hit.
just
and it's like-
and
Like
then,
it's nothing.
Grassroots. I played on that as well.
Wow.
Really?
Punjabi MC, yeah.
wow.
So that you played on the what's that? What's it? The track with Ranjit Money? It's like this Dole is crazy on it.
Which one?
It talks about Punjab, right?
No, I'm going.
Yeah,
It's Saudi
it's
Dunya.
just like I was saying in the introduction. This gentleman right here, even if you Google him, it's like you're literally reading the history of Punjabi music.
Yeah.
Like that is the definition
So
of his
Saki and the
career, you
Tool.
know?
I don't know if you heard that song.
Yep,
I played Tool on that as well.
Is that the one you were talking about?
No, but I was talking about Jogini by Ranjit Money.
Okay.
There was a lot of tracks on the
Crazy.
Grassroots, you know, at that time, and
So-
then I started. My own production was in '89.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you. So you go from playing the music for the people, you know, that are singing.
See, when I was going in the studio, that helped me a lot, you know, playing the instruments for people. I could sort of sussing this out, man, the studio technique, you know, because it's all new to me. You know, before the recordings used to be live.
Yeah.
Like I remember going on with my brother's recording, and people we were sitting in the room, the tabla key player. They didn't have tool, and it was too loud. They didn't want really.
It drowns out the rest
I
of
played
the
one.
mics,
There was a little piece. I remember the first time they stand me in the middle of the room. They say you just play this little piece, then you just stand there. I say okay. So it's all like this kind of recording live, singing everything, you know. But then the click came in, you know, metronome, and then you started doubling up. Kind of, I played some instruments for percussion for Baldev Mastana ji, the great music director, you know. And then he told me to get metronome. And then I start practicing with that, you know. I don't know, people don't. It's like a piano thing. It's a
I was
square
gonna
thing, you know.
ask
You
you,
go
yeah,
tick,
for us that don't know.
and it's got a bell on the 6th beat or the 4th beat, you know.
Yeah.
So I start playing with this, and then I start sussing it out, you know. So yeah, you put the click down first, then you do the harmonium, whatever you guide keys and everything. You guide, then you play the tabla, then you play the tool. Then I used to play the drums on the keyboard like this, man, because there's no samplers, you know. So we'll be doing the kick, tack, then we'll do the hats.
That's crazy.
Is it just me or in your headphones? Does that sound so good?
So I
Just
mean,
banging on
I
the
could,
table?
you know, when I started off my tape, it was called Toll Beat, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of people maybe remember that tape, you know,
Yeah.
instrumentals, just folk instruments
Yeah.
in there.
Tamai Wale, the toll was
Yeah.
off that, right?
That was in '93, your original album.
No, in '89.
Oh, in '89. Okay.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I made that tape from, the monies I used to get from the shows. I remember the studio bill. It was £420. I still remember that. And it was done at Simon Diamond, you know. Apache Indians, cousin brothers.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Their studio was by our school, and they used to go to school with my big brother.
Apache Indians originally from Birmingham
Yes,
as well.
yes, Handsworth.
Yeah.
Used to go to school with my big brother.
He's gonna keep correcting you on that one.
So and his cousin brothers Simon Diamond, they're very good music directors. DJ Swami, whatever he called, changed his name after that.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that they were
wow.
brothers. Wow.
I didn't know that either.
All Apache Indian songs, the first ones. Me want wine.
Yeah.
that was all done by them.
Wow.
in the studio.
Okay.
that's
That's
So-
amazing.
And then the second tape was, at that time it was a Rana Sada Khalsa Tayar Par Tayar devotional tape done by my big brother sang the songs. And it's a very long story. I don't know how much time you got, man. I got a lot of things to say.
Hey,
We're on your
we got enough time.
We're on your time.
So this was done in a kind of charitable studio. We actually get by our school. This to be a studio. It's for like a community studio, and it'll give us maybe 2 hours a week. And after school, then I go there, and my brother would carry the harmonium, because we just lived over there, and I bring my tabla and everything, and we done that tape as well.
And
It was good times, man.
Your parents were okay with you pursuing the music career
my
right
dad
from the
used
beginning.
to be singer, as well.
So-
Kavishri, he used to sing Kavishri. When you sing without instruments,
Okay.
this kind of, and then he loved the Tat Sarangi. That's why I put a lot of this in my music. You hear this
The
Tat
influence.
Sarangi,
Yeah.
because I've been listening from the little kid,
I heard, I read somewhere that your dad was actually a student to Amar Singh
हाँ जी हाँ
Shonki.
जी अमर सिंह चौंकी क्योंकि the same from ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡਾ district है ना वो भी अमर सिंह चौंकी गढ़ शंकर ਦੇ ਰਹਿਣ
Yeah,
वाले
because I know I hear it in all the songs that the Amar Singh di Avara or
yes
Do Tara Shonki da Yatin.
so he used to come to our village and he stay in our band
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Wow.
And that guy's influence like Manmohan
He's-
Waris,
हाँ,
all
वो
the
तो
crazy,
बहुत
crazy,
बहुत
very, very
he's
good
living
singers.
How did you come up with the name Sukshinder Shinda? Where does that come from?
well my name is Sukshinder Singh Bola but my mummy used to call me Shinda
Okay.
so I said Sukshinder Shinda sounded a bit सारे कहते ये ठीक है
Yeah.
so I said all right
That's it. Stuck with
this
it.
is to call me Shinda ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੇ ਆ nickname
Yeah.
ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੀਬੀ ਨੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ
Amazing. That's a good story.
I'm curious about you went from being a musician to producing.
Huh.
How was that transition? Because I feel like current phase right now is people are producers, not really musicians, and they're more so engineering their own songs. So back then, going from being just a musician to producing your own songs, was that something that was new back in those days? Was that like usually either you're a producer or you're a musician?
At that time there wasn't, but I had a lot of experience going into studios
Yeah.
that helped me a lot,
Yeah.
and people knew that I could play instruments,
And
so I'd be
arrange
going
and
into studio, and I could compose as well,
Yeah.
because my brother used to try to tell me how to compose.
that's good.
Because some of these producers now, they can maybe make some good beats, but they can't compose. You understand? If you give them
100%.
some lyrics on a paper and say make a tune,
They
they
can't
don't
do
know
it.
what that is,
Yeah.
No, I'm not putting no one down.
No,
But this kind of
100%.
thing,
That's facts.
we was taught like this, you have to make the tune.
Yeah.
And then my brother will be singing, I'll be playing tabla. He say, not just play tabla, you sing as well.
Yeah.
He goes, a good tabla player must know about singing, and a good singer must know about the rhythm,
Yeah,
if you want to be good. So this was the thing.
Yeah.
That's what
It shows. I mean,
that's the old school. So that's why I'm different than the other people,
Yeah.
Huh?
that
And that's why a lot of people look up to you.
Absolutely.
Everybody, I think, in the industry.
That was a question we had is like, this guy's got so many collaborations with so many people. How did you get people to come to you? But it sounds like they came looking for you because they knew.
Anyone I said they didn't say, they was very happy, if I made a song with anyone.
Yeah.
Rahat Fateh Ali Khan or Shazia Manzoor or these top singers,
Oh my
these are
God.
people been singing, their ancestors been singing, So that's the
Let's stick around that timeline around the late 80s. So you met a very famous singer we all know by the name of Jazzy B.
I met him when I used to come with in Canada to tour.
So
Because,
we actually heard the story from him himself. Do you recall the first time that you met him?
Yeah, I remember I came with the tour, and it was, we were singing in this house, and everyone was singing, I'd sing, and Hira group, I think it was at that time, and everyone was singing, and I said to you sing a song, So we sang a song very high pitch, he had, and he was very skinny guy, he's got a bit big now,
Did he have the hair at that time too?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, everything.
And he was like skinny man, he could go under the table, kind of like, everywhere, flexible, Yeah, but he had some fire in him, so you work on it, man.
And that was history ever since. Did you guys just link up then and said, okay, we're gonna make music,
No,
or
no.
gradually?
Not gradually.
Okay.
And then he done a tape with Shankar Paji.
Yeah.
Because I was touring at that time, and I was doing a lot of percussion for people, especially in Canada, because there were no musicians then.
There still isn't.
What do you remember about Canada? Like you toured across Canada, obviously at that point.
Yeah.
What do you remember about it, and how much has it changed now?
I mean, I remember in Vancouver, Surrey, man, and Haji's dad, Bobby Nagraji.
Yeah, shout out to Harj Nagra, he's
my
in the
big
house
brother.
as well.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And he done a program called Fulkari, man, and he was all the local artists there, Raminder Puller, Charlie Kang, Surinder Laddu. I mean, there was a lot of people, man, Everyone who could sing a little bit was there, Manjeet Pulamala. And I was there playing the music for them, So I remember all these artists, there was a lot of artists here. And it was good fun, I used to get on with all of them, and they used to love me, So anywhere I'd go, man, there'd be about, they all go, and I'd call them all. Otherwise, some people, they don't mix together,
Yeah. Well, it's obvious that you and our Canadian singer Jazzy B have mixed really well, because you've worked on, I think, every single album that he's put
I
out
done
to
14
date.
albums for him,
14
And
albums.
I didn't know that the Tom Larry from Planet Studios, I want to bring him up here, man.
Yeah,
Have
man.
you done lots
Amazing
of
engineer.
Yeah,
Amazing
great engineer, a great musician as well, a great human being. You know what I mean? He's all three in one. And he says to me when we was doing his last, the Folk and Funky 2,
The one that
Yeah,
recently
just
just
Yeah. He said, how many CDs you done for him? I said, I don't know, man. I don't count CDs, man. He goes, 14 CDs.
What is it that you enjoy so much about working with Jazzy, and why does it just click with you guys? And it just
because
hit
we've been
after hit?
working hard, and he knows that, man. I try to get the best out of him, man.
He actually
You know what
said
I'm
that as well. He told
Yeah.
us. He goes,
I
Shinda
don't,
Baji doesn't let you
I
out
don't
the
mess
studio."
about, man, when I'm in the studio, man.
Oh, he said it. He's like Panjuri's way no
Yeah.
taldunde.
Yeah,
Like you
whatever,
have to get
man.
ready. Chala kab tayar
If
hunda.
it's not
you're
right,
ready to
man,
go,
then I just say
right?
you go home, or
Yeah.
and I don't be on the phone, like, when I'm in the studio. That's it, man. The phone's off, man.
Yeah.
You just work, man. You gotta get into that mode, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
Yeah,
work
no,
ethic
absolutely.
right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
That does
that's how
not
you,
exist these
And
days.
then
But
when we
that's how
have,
you got
even
to
when we
where
have
he
lunch,
is,
man,
right?
we have it when we're working, no stopping, man.
Yeah, you get that vibe from you, even just sitting here and talking to
Yeah.
you. You're a very serious, focused person,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you can have some fun as well.
Yeah.
You enjoy.
You gotta have
I mean,
some
to
fun,
make the
and-
music that you make, you gotta have some fun, right?
So even A.S. Kangji, done a lot of work with him,
Yeah.
The Boliyan, Khao Piyo Aish Karo, great artist,
I love those boliyan. I love the Vajja piece on those boliyan.
That's when we started.
then you-
Everyone started using the harmonium. When we were
And then you read it on the Maestro album. I was
Yeah,
like, yo,
yeah.
this is sick.
The Bajja and the Tabla Tolki, that was the trademark of the Boliyan.
Yeah, and the little intro with
Yeah.
Jikbon Kone Kedi.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That was it. So you get, it's just, you just try, and you seen people say, how do you make a hit song? It's no secret formula, man. Sometimes a song comes together straight away. Sometimes you can be working on it 2-3 days, I mean, when I was doing music earlier, man, I remember I was knocking out a song in 1 day, man. And then it came to 1.5 days. You understand? So you go in with a tune, man, from scratch. And I've been knocking it out in 1 day, man. Everything was live. And then I'll be saying, okay, the singer got to take a bit of time for him. So we come to 1.5 days. Then it got to 2 days. Then it got to 3 days, when you do more work because you want to do better.
I just saw Amar Sandhu from the UK post something about, after he finished a track or an album, he listens to it in his car and he goes that, probably things that other people will not hear at all, he picks up on, and it's the most frustrating part about making an album. Is it like that with you? Are you perfectionist where there's little nuances in
do a lot of
tracks?
checks, man. Everyone knows if I don't know how many times, man.
Over and over,
If
stuff that
someone's
we'll
with
never
me,
ever
someone's
hear.
with me, they won't stay, man. They go, you do yourself.
We were just talking earlier when you were saying that
Yeah.
no matter when you make a change, you go to your car,
Yeah,
check it,
The singer
go
doesn't
back.
know, no, man. The singer just sitting down, man. I'm gonna go maybe 30 times, man. He don't bother me, man. He'd be just sitting there, whatever. Some of them would be on the sleep on the sofa,
And your studio is based out of your home in Birmingham?
I've set it up in my home now, but it was mostly Planet Studios, and we've done a lot of work in Brunsgrove. Pete, where a great musician again, a great engineer. He was on some of the albums as well.
You spoke about folk and funky too. We heard that you had to pull out you wanted to pull out some of the old original instruments you used on the
It
original
was all of the
album.
with the JV sound module.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a sound module, and you had all the brass sounds in it, synth sounds in it, So we had one of them anyway. So it was just going back to that.
And it was already hooked up?
Yeah.
You guys have always had it hooked up?
No, yeah,
Oh.
the studio. You just have to put the wires in because
Okay,
in the plugins you can get a lot of.
Yeah.
But all them sounds from the JV.
That's
awesome.
like, if
I mean,
it's hooked
that's
up,
me
you
getting
mind if I
excited.
come use
So
it?
it's just what it was that takes process of doubling the sounds. I could play one keyboard sound, I'll be doubling with my 5 sounds. a koto sound, maybe add a string, you know, a dulcimer, east west pluck, all these kind of sounds, the banjo, and that's what it took.
These terms are all foreign to me, but these guys, you see the
Yeah,
smile on their face.
anyone knows about music, you know,
All the DJs and producers
you know
in the
what I
room,
mean?
they got big
and the
smiles
bright
on their
strings
face.
and whatever.
Uh-huh.
It was like this, you know.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so you guys were able to pick up on that sound. Did you have a direction when making? Is it both you guys a collaborative effort, or do you set the tone for the album when you're making it?
Yeah, kind of, you know, what we're gonna do.
Discuss it before.
I
What about
that-
lyric selection?
I remember
and
we was going
that-
to a show today, and he'll go in the lyrics.
Yeah.
Paji written the first song on that one.
Oh, okay,
He did
okay.
London Patola, right?
The re one, Mike.
Yeah, amazing.
Paji written that.
Amazing.
And I remember when he sent them lyrics, we was going to a show to perform together, and I made maybe 4 tunes on the way, you know,
Oh wow.
going to the show. Because I always have, people who know me always have my little keyboard with me, man, wherever I go. I'll be singing or doing something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was Paji who made the lyrics.
Yeah, I want to bring
there,
him in
right?
over here.
Yeah, do you have the mic there for him?
ਗੁਰਮੰਦਰ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਦੱਸੋ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਲੰਡਨ ਪਟੋਲਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਵਾਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ
ਪੰਜਾਬੀ
ਹਾਂ
ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ
No problem.
ਮੇਰੀ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਬੜੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਇਹਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ
ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਪੁੱਛ
ਲੈਂਦੇ
ਲੈਂਦੇ
ਬਹੁਤ ਨੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਲੰਡਨੋਂ ਪਟੋਲਾ ਕਾਫੀ ਟਾਈਮ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਇੱਕ ਰਾਈਟਰ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਚੈਲੰਜ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਗਾਣਾ ਇੰਨਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹਿੱਟ ਸੀਗਾ ਰਾਈਟ ਤੇ ਜੈਜੀ ਭਾਜੀ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਲੰਡਨੋਂ ਪਟੋਲਾ ਲਿਖਣਾ ਹੋਰ ਰਾਈਟਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਕਰੀਮ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਨਾ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੈਸਟ Song ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਹ ਰਿਲੀਜ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਗਾਣਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਆਇਆ ਲੰਡਨੋਂ ਪਟੋਲਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਚੋਰੀ ਚੋਰੀ ਤੱਕੇ ਜੱਟ ਸਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਤੇ ਸਰਾਣੇ ਗੰਨ ਰੱਖੇ ਇਹ ਸੈਕੰਡ ਲਾਈਨ ਵਾਸ ਦੈਨ ਵੀ ਚੇਂਜ ਦਾ ਲਾਈਨ
ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ he wanted to go with that line and so did Jazzy B. I said no way man, you gotta change that line man, we don't want no guns in here man.
ਤੇ
ਭਾਜੀ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਨਾ ਵੀ ਲਾਈਨ ਬਦਲਣੀ ਹੋ ਬਦਲੀ ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਚੀਜ਼ ਡਬਲ ਲਾਈਨ ਐਡ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ
ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਟੀਮ ਵਰਕ ਆ ਰਾਈਟ ਸਾਰੇ ਗਾਣੇ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਸੋਨੀ ਪਾਵਲਾ ਦਾ Song ਰਿਕਾਰਡ ਹੋਇਆ that was just ਨੈਣੀ ਇਸ਼ਕੇ ਦੀ ਰੜਕ ਪਵੇ ਪੈਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਪੰਜੇਬ ਯਾਰ ਦੀ ਬੇੜਾ ਸੁੰਬਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਛਣਕ ਪਵੇ ਦੈਨ ਸੋਨੀ ਗੋ ਟੂ ਦਾ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਭਾਜੀ ਸੈਡ ਵੀ ਨੀਡ 2 lines front of these thigh right then I work hard right so matching line then we find ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਗਿਆ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨੀ ਹੋਈ ਫਿਰ because the ਭਾਜੀ not satisfied ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਨਾ ਵੀ ਆਪ ਵੀ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਗਾਣੇ ਨਾਲ we work really hard so that's why people like it.
I mean one of the songs Paji written for me 1 in a million, you know, and people love that song, you know.
Awesome song.
I remember that song, I made the tune, my brother used to sing that tune, you know, Mirza, and I sang to Paji you know da 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 ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਆ ਟੂਨਿਆ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਹਜੀ ਗਲਤ ਅਗਲੇ
ਭਾਜੀ ਟੋਲਡ ਮੀ ਲਾਈਕ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਲਿਖਣਾ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਪੁਰਾਣਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਫੋਕ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਲਾਈਨਾਂ ਲਿਖੀਆਂ ਭਾਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਪਸੰਦ ਨਾ ਆਵੇ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਯਾਰ ਕੋਈ ਸਲੀ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਲਿਖ ਵੀ 1 in a million ਹੀ ਹੋਵੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ
ਸਵੇਰੇ ਨੂੰ 1 in a million ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਸਾਰੇ
ਇਹ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਇਨਫਲੂਐਂਸ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਵਿੱਚ
ਟੀਮ ਵਰਕ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਗਾਣੇ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਗਾਣੇ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਲਾਸਟ ਮੰਥ ਸਰਦੂਲ ਭਾਜੀ ਆਈ ਰਾਈਟ ਅ ਫਸਟ Song ਫॉर ਸਰਦੂਲ ਭਾਜੀ ਜੇ ਉਂਝ ਗਿਰਦੀ ਤਾਂ ਚੁੱਕ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਨੇ 1997 ਰਿਟਨ ਬਾਈ ਮੀ ਰਾਈਟ ਸੋ ਸਰਦੂਲ ਭਾਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਟੀਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਨੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਗਾਣੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਦਵਿੰਦਰ ਖੰਨੇਵਾਲਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਚਰਨਜੀਤ ਹੂਜਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਰਦੂਲ ਭਾਜੀ ਦੇਵੀ ਮਖਸੂਸਪੁਰੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਰਾਈਟਰ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਰਾਈਟ ਉਸ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਗਾਣੇ ਨਿਕਲਦੇ ਆ
ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸੋਨੀ ਪਾਵਲਾ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਚੇਤਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਗਾਣੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਿਖੇ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਚੇਤੇ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਗੱਲ
ਸੋਨੀ ਪਾਵਲਾ ਛੋਟਾ ਭਰਾ ਸੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਲਈ he come to my house sat until 3-4 p.m. like you know he was really lyrics lover
ਸਹੀ
ਉਹਨੇ ਇੰਨੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸੈਂਸ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਸ ਲੈਵਲ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਗਾਉਣਾ ਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਿਸ ਲੈਵਲ ਤੇ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਆ ਰਾਈਟ ਉਹ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਿਪੇਅਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਉਸ ਲੈਵਲ ਦਾ ਸਿੰਗਰ ਬਣ ਜਾਵਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਿਰਿਕਸ ਗਾਵਾਂ ਤੇ
ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ the guy rose to the occasion ਕਿ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਲਿਰਿਕਸ ਲਿਖੇ ਕਿ ਉਹਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨੇ ਗਾਣਾ ਗਾਉਣਾ
yeah you gotta obviously look if you got deep poetry you gotta sing it
how about yourself do you remember anything specific about Sony Pablo
he's a great guy he stayed at my house you know very nice guy yaar
how was it working
he'd be in the studio with me and I say to him I'll be making music pieces and I go Paula ਕਿੱਦਾਂ piece ਹਮ ਭਾਜੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਇਦਾਂ ਨਾ ਕਹਿ ਤੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਭਾਜੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ you know what I mean I like to get
the feedback
of people, man. That inspires me more. If you say to me, man, maybe do like this something, I say, okay, man, I'll make you 4 more pieces. You tell me.
Yeah.
So, and anyone I worked with, any singer, it was I'd say my job to make him happy first, you know, rather than any company people or anything.
Yeah.
I make him happy. I say, you like this groove? You like this kind of composition? And then he say, yeah, man, and then that make me happy, you know.
Yeah. End of the day, he's gonna be the one going and singing.
You know.
Yeah.
His kid's gonna hear his voice, man.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. You understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's my job to get the best out of anyone, whoever I worked with. That's what I always tried, you know, to get the best out of any singer,
absolutely,
according to his abilities.
A big track that you got the best out of both you guys was a track that you did with Jazzy, Chak De Boli. Can we listen to that song and then we'll talk about it?
Sure, man.
All right. All right, Chak De Boli, a track. You guys are DJs, so you guys know that track still bangs at every single party. That is one that gets everybody on the dance floor. Tell us, can you go back to that and what?
Yeah. I made this song. You know, Jazzy B was in India, so I made this track. You know, and it was written by Mika Masani, a good friend of mine from India. He was living in UK at that time. So I remember, you know, because I don't know the previous tape I done for him before that. This was called Chak De Boli. It's one of my tapes with different artists, you know. And I sang one song in this tape as well, so Ni Soniye. And that was a very big track because it was in like a garage music, you know, because at this time garage music started coming, you know. So it was on like a garage kind of tip, you know. Ni Soniye na la de lo di de ha kari nit mora utte karna tere na da mantra padna tere naal mila ke akhiyan dil tere vich karna Soniye. So what different singing composition kind of thing. Anyway, Jazzy B had done a tape before him. This was a bit more kind of poppy style, you know, and I'm thinking he needed something folk, you know. So I come with this bowling kind of tune, you know, and people really loved the Toll sound in there and the Koto and the Tumbi mix. Because I played this Tumbi and then I put this kind of Koto, you know, sound on it. And it kind of made it a bit different, you know, that kind of sound. That was very catchy.
Everybody recognizes that.
So when as soon as the Geet stung and me and I made my nephew play Toll on his with me, Narendra Gogi. So we
Is
played
your
it.
nephew?
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
He's my nephew. So we both played Toll on this,
Wow.
and it wasn't like a lot of instruments, I don't think you need a lot of instruments. Sometimes people go overboard, put in too much instruments, man. It's very hard to mix the track then. So simply sometimes,
100%. Please say that again.
something when you keep something simple, because he just had Toll, then he had a kind of little drum loop, and that's it, just tumbi.
That's amazing. Well, I gotta know your mental state at this point when you're making songs like this. So these songs have now played for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
When you're making that, what's your expectancy out of the track? Like, what are you expecting to get out of it? Where are you expecting to see it?
No,
Did you
you
think?
don't really you just want to do the best. I don't really when I make a track, I don't say, I hope this plays in the DJ. I just do my best, man. And if it goes good, it's all right. Otherwise, I got left.
You got a lot more to go.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
I got a
obvious.
lot of fire left, man. Bringing it out slowly.
so let's go. So that we're in 89, 90. So you from that point till even to 2000, so much success that you had in the music industry. You've worked with anybody, like we said, you name it. Coming to 2003, you went from behind the scenes producing musician to now front and center stage singing. What was the change and what brought about that transition from producing to wanting to be
because I sang this one song in his album Dil Phases, Shin DCS, my big brother, he sang a song as well, Daru Mitra Nu Chadgi Daru, very big track. And there was one track of mine, Dil Di Gali Vich Aake. It was on a kind of, I wouldn't say hip hop kind of vibe, Dil Di Gali De Vich, Dil Di Gali De Vich
Missy Elliott kind of beat.
Yeah, we were just Timberland, Missy, had that vibe to it.
With my brother HMC,
Yeah.
he was doing the rapping and MC Leica. Because rapping was started coming, I started bringing it with rapping in now,
Well, you were one of the first to actually bridge that gap with a lot of.
So I started bringing this kind of rapping, music, and then that was the kind of first thing, and it had a different kind of sound, and the tune was different as well. So I remember when because at this time I want to say the Bombay-based companies started coming in, Before this, it was just UK companies, and you released the tape in UK and maybe Canada, and then it'd go pirate in India.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But at this time now, the Indian companies started interesting in the UK sound.
Oh wow.
So I remember,
That was in the 2000s?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
when that Dil Phases come out, that was about 2000 something, I think, maybe one or I don't know.
They would pirate the UK CDs in India, like.
Yeah.
But what about like back in the day before that, like all the stuff, the vinyls and all that kind of stuff? Like,
Yeah, but they were released in UK. They're not really in India. People knew the songs, but they weren't really released officially. You'd have even Canada was a lot of pirating in Canada as well, man.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
So for that first 10 years, you're saying most of your music was played in UK specifically, and a
Yeah,
bit
and then
in
it'd
North
go to
America.
Canada, America, whatever. So at that time, I remember when I sent the tape to the Tips company, man. You understand? It was in a little cassette, man.
I remember that,
And then
yeah,
you put
yeah.
a 4 songs on it and whatever, and then you have it was a 15-minute cassette, and then put there's a little bit of clips. They want to hear clips,
Yeah.
So you send that tape to them, man. And then they listen. And then he came back to me, Kumar Tarani from Tips, and he goes, "बहुत अच्छी इसमें एक गीत है, दिल की गली, वो किसने गाया?" I thought he's gonna say take it out, I said, "Oh, भाई साहब वो experiment है." वो कहता अरे भाई ये तो कमाल है, किसने गाया? मैं कहा मैंने गाया. Oh yeah. And I was gonna say, I see this guy alright. He goes, "I'm gonna release the tape from this song." So they called it in India Dil Phases. You understand?
Wow.
And they called me specially, I remember, man, and they kept me in 5-star hotel, man, and the first time I come on a video set kind of thing, and there were 100 people on the set, man. You understand? So that song, and it was a very big hit, in India especially. So when I done that song, I was playing keyboards as well for Jazzy B at that time, and I'd be going on stage and people would be saying, "You sing a song as well," and I didn't feel really good, because I come to play with someone. So then they say, Gana, whatever. So when that song done big, for the company ne bhi mainu kiya, te mere ustad ji ne bhi mainu kiya, hun tape honi chahiye hai. So that's when my man come in here, Amarjeet Musafir, gal sun ja, man. And that just broke all, smashed it everywhere,
He
man.
wrote that song.
Yeah. No, he written Sony Lagdi, man.
Sony Lagdi.
And the first song, Sadi Gal Ta Sony Hai Sun Ja. Puni akhiyan naal gal kardi hain, kise bijli wangara. That was dancehall kind of tip, That was very new at that time, So one of my brothers used to listen to reggae, and I'm listening to this beat, man. I'm saying, yeah, I can feel this, this vibe, because it's like a tabla beat, man. Think, tack, tack, think, tack, tack. So I come up with that. Uni ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਸੇ ਬਿਜਲੀ ਵਾਂਗਰਾ ਵਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕੁੜੀ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਬਿਜਲੀ ਵਾਂਗਰਾ ਵਰਦੀ ਤੇਰੀ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਚਾਲ ਤੇਰੇ ਗੁੱਤ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਫੁੱਲ ਟੰਗਿਆ ਲਾਲ ਗੁੱਤ ਚੁੰਮਦਾ ਸਾਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਤਾਂ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਹੈ. This is kind of new style of singing, you know.
100%.
So I come with this kind of vibe, and then
Goosebumps right now.
But having people around you that understood what you were talking about, that's huge too.
I want to say
Like
one thing.
having a
When
team.
you know Amarjit Musa Pari, he come from India then,
Yeah.
and he was writing songs. He's saying to me, and I was saying, "Paji, aa geet is tarah, aa geet idna," and he didn't really know, you know.
Yeah.
He going, "What? Hey, geetan da fir ki hunda?" I said, "Don't worry, main tanu dassunga." So I remember when I finished the tape and I called him to my house. You know, he didn't know I was going to sing the songs.
Yeah.
And then I played Hikkate Tamit Rana Walke. That was written by him.
Wow.
That's
And, you know,
Still big at
everybody.
weddings.
He wanted to bang his head in the walls, man. So I want to bring my brother over here on the
Yeah, let's get the
Put him
mic
on.
to him as
Amarjit
well.
Singh ji. Oh.
Sat Sri Akal ji. On here.
You're very lucky to have these great
100%.
writers.
Absolutely,
That's
yeah,
you know what I'm
like-
saying?
legend status.
You know, to have the singers, we always have the singers on, or the main focal point. But the reason that we actually did this podcast and the reason we started it is to bring light to gentlemen like these that you brought.
The
You know?
singers, they don't really know, you know, I mean, what goes in here. Jaji B knows because he used to be with me.
Yeah.
You know, when I used to play music for the people, I used to just take him for company kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
He'd be come from where I say, all right, man, we're going to go there. So we knew a bit about the score, you know.
Uh-huh.
But some other singers, they don't really know, you know.
Yeah.
So
how was your experience making these
Singh ji?
songs, writing them? Tada kidan lagya oh time te sanu
Well,
lag ja.
it was good. Basically, obviously, he is good. You know, who guys the meet with the main man.
Yeah.
I didn't expect anything basically at that time. I was writing for a long time, and then you know I had a couple of songs before Shinda Paji in India that time, and I basically from ages, you know, I was basically a really big fan of Shinda Paji's music, and because I was a writer or trying to be writer, you actually know the little things. Most people go over for the singer or the songs, and I used to listen. Who's doing this? Who's doing that? Read the names on the albums and everything, right? And then I wanted to meet him, so eventually that happened.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you met him?
Yeah, I called him first, you know. I said, "Paji, gaane rakh de." He said, "Okay, tu maine bhej de." I said, "Nahi, bhejne nahi." He said, "Mainu suna de phone te." I said, "Nahi, phone te bhi sunane." Because you know I had never met him, so I didn't really just do just kind of a temporary thing. I wanted to do something like
Permanent.
in a decent way.
Yeah.
yeah.
And so Paji said, "Chal fir ida kari, fir apan milde hain kite." I said, "That sounds good." He said, "You know, the one thing I liked," he said, "Tu kidna bela hona?" I said, "Tusi dasso." He said, "You know, falane then whatever, ghar nu aaji." I was thinking, that's not right. Ghar nu aaji, Shinda Paji, you know what I mean? You think, am I speaking to the right person?
Yeah.
Then I went. The Paji kehndi, "Acha ki lakhda, ki suna kuch dassan dena main sunaya." And he said, he probably thought, pata nahi kise chakki hone ki pata. Who knows? Nahi, aapa kade, we didn't know each other.
Yeah.
He said, "Main tenu ek tarj dena, just try to write on that." Paji, remember?
A tune.
Yeah.
That is a tune.
And I said, "Okay, try kar lene hain." And he gave me, I think there was ek kudi chad ke chho,
Ah.
the first one. He gave me like little tune thing, like gona, and I went home. Pressure was on, obviously. And I tried to write, you know, first thigh, the first verse. मैं भाजी ਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਾਈ। He said, "Okay, चल मैं ਰੱਖ ਲਈ ਦੇਖਦਾ." Next day ਭਾਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ, "It sounds good." ਇਹਨੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਹੋਰ ਟਰਾਈ ਕੰਪਲੀਟ ਕਰ। ਦੋ ਅੰਤਰੇ ਸੁਣਾਏ ਨਾ। He said, "That's very good." Next day ਫੋਨ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਭਾਈ ਦਾ, ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਤਰਜ ਹੈ। ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਸੈੱਟ ਆ ਜੀ। And ਫਿਰ ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ, you know, one and after one, and ਸੋਹਣੀ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਮੈਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਭਾਜੀ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਾਇਆ, I just couldn't get my head around
It's
it.
very tough.
It was difficult, man. I think we wrote that song for about 5 times. Different ways, and now I set on the high volume, the words change, slippery.
Because if I was any writer, I'd say to them, you get what's going on here?
I don't even think I could
what I'm gonna write
that
in,
what
man.
he just did there.
I tried to rap that song out now. I still can't do it.
So I made little bit syllables and I said, "Paji, is tarah koi, hai na?" Te hana. Then he gripped it, man. You know.
And then I tried. Then
Once he sussed it out, then he got banged it at the head, man.
So yeah, it happened that way. So the flower, the Sajjana Devade, that was the last song in the album we actually made. Because at that time I didn't even know what's happening. So ਤਿੰਨ ਚਾਰ ਗੀਤ ਰਿਕਾਰਡ ਕਰਕੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ okay, come down to mine one day. And ਮੈਂ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ like ਭਾਜੀ ਇਹ ਫਿਰ ਗਾਣੇ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਰਿਕਾਰਡ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ? I didn't know anything that time. I was thinking ਕੌਣ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੋਊਗਾ, who singing it? He didn't tell me anything. So one day he called me home. I said ਗਾਣੇ ਸੁਣ. I couldn't just believe it. ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਾ ਕੌਣ ਹੈ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੱਕ ਜੀ ਤਾਂ ਪੈ ਗਈ, ਭਾਜੀ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਆ। I said ਭਾਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਹੀ ਗਾਇਆ। Don't worry, ਮੈਂ ਹੋਰ ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਕਰਾ ਦੂੰਗਾ। ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ no, this sounds really good, ਹੈ ਨਾ? The proper, I just couldn't believe it, I mean,
Yeah, you write songs for so long, and now your song is sounding
in like
the way
one
that,
go.
Yeah,
you would expect like a 1 or 2 songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I really wanted 1 or 2. Papa, I said no, challi chal, hon chakki chal kaama na. I was over the moon basically, and so we basically started from there. Every day, every evening we used to talk. And ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਇਦਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਚੱਕਵਾਂ ਜਿਹਾ ਸੌਂਗ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਦਿਸ ਐਂਡ ਦੈਟ, ਹੈ ਨਾ। ਭਾਜੀ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੀਟ ਜੀ ਸੁਣਾਈ, ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਤੇ kept writing it, ਕੋਈ ਸੈੱਟ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਨਾ। I remember there was an area called in Birmingham, Sun Coldfield. I was just around that area driving and then singing, just kind of thing. And then that little line came in, ਚਿੱਤ ਕਰੇ ਸੱਜਣਾ ਦੇ ਵਿਹੜੇ. I thought that sounds good.
You were just driving around and it came to your mind. Yeah,
I just wrote it. I still remember even the area where I was driving.
Wow.
I just wrote that, and I just kind of made it the first thigh. And ਭਾਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਾਈ, ਭਾਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਬਸ ਸੈੱਟ ਹੈਗਾ।
When he came with the words,
ਪਹਿਲੀ ਸੈੱਟ।
I mean the tune just in a couple of minutes,
Yeah.
He said hik te tu tera na ban ke, ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਚੱਲਣਾ ਹੈ।
It's too sick.
Just when it drops, that's it.
Even Paji, when we were sang it the other day, the women all went crazy and they were speaking between themselves. He go, yaar, this song, ki dasso ki kya hai?
For one in a million, maybe around 20 days we was on the phone every day. We couldn't find a solution, like hotline in similarly 1 in a million. It's done tune. That song have 4 different compositions. 1 in a million. 4 different compositions.
You understand? Because the chord that comes in the first verse, roop tere diya sifta karke sare munde thakke tu na thakke tha pe chakke. Then kare gar mandre na akhiyan to dur ni.
It's not easy to work with Paji.
ਅੱਛਾ, ਉਹ ਮੈਂ 10 ਵਜੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਚਿੱਤ ਕਰੇ ਸੱਜਣਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਰਸੋਂ ਕੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਭਾਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਤੂੰ ਜਦੋਂ ਲੱਗਾ?
Paji love him, Musapuriya Paji too much, so that's why Paji come to Canada all the time now. There's no writer in the UK now. Ali's and super here, so Paji all the time come over here. So he's my younger brother. Writer ਇੱਕ ਸਿਫਤ ਕਰਨੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਬਣਦੀ ਆ ਨਾ। ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਗਾਣੇ 'ਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੱਲ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੰਗੇ ਜਾਨ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਜਾਨ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਖਰਾ ਸਨਮਾਨ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ।
ਵਾਹ ਵਾਹ।
ਰੱਬ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਰਾਹਾਂ ਬਿੱਲੋਂ ਨਿੱਤ ਮੰਗਦਾ, ਪੈਸੇ ਲਈ ਉਹ ਗੇਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਪਾਈ ਦੀ ਕਦੇ, ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਆ ਕੰਮਾਂ ਉੱਤੇ ਫੋਕਸ ਕਰੀਦਾ, ਐਵੇਂ ਨਹੀਂ એનર્ਜੀ ਗਵਾਈ ਦੀ ਕਦੇ।
everybody make some noise for that. Come on, man.
So I moved Musapuriya ਕਿਉਂਕਿ he's very very good writer. So ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਿਜ਼ੀ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਸਾਰੇ, ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਮਜੀਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਲਈ, ਸਿੰਗਰ ਲਈ, ਟਾਈਮ ਚੇਂਜ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਬੰਦਾ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹਦਾ ਟਾਰਗੇਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਹ ਤੋਂ ਦੂਰ ਚਲਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਪਰ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਜਾਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਣਾ, ਸਾਰੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਬੂਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ। ਤੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਚੈਲੰਜ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਗੀਤ ਭਾਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਲਿਖ ਦੇ ਬਸ ਇਹ। ਸੋ ਜੇ ਇਹਨੇ ਨਾ ਟਰਾਈ ਕੀਤੀ ਤਾਂ I had to try it.
He was saying basically ਜਦੋਂ ਹੁਣ ਮੇਲਾ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਹਟਿਆ, ਤੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਮੇਲਾ, ਭਾਜੀ went on the stage, we were like at the backstage. The first song he started, and but you could hear the screams and everything going on in the crowd, and obviously it kind of gives you goosebumps still now, I mean the way he actually started. And Gurminder Bhaji mere ਕੋਲ ਖੜੇ ਸੀਗੇ, he said Musapuriya Bhaji ਹੁਣ ਫਲਾਵਰ 2 ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਹੋਰ ਕਰ ਦੇ। He said untouchable song, ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਫੇਰ try ਕਰ। That was he trying to say. That was, it's just coincident, I mean you try every time,
One time, like if you make a hit song, you can't never make. You try to
can't
copy it
really.
again. It don't really
If you
work.
try to do
That
something,
feeling
then
is-
you might not. It just
And you can do number
things
2,
happen.
number 3, but one's gonna be one.
100%.
You know, after number 1, number 2 is gonna come, and after 2,
Yeah.
number 3.
Yeah.
You can't have number 1, 5 number 1s. It don't work that way.
Well, I mean, you guys did a fantastic job, even with Folk and Funky too. We talked about it before the album came out on this show. The expectations are so high because
Yeah, the
of, like, what
die-hard
you
fans
said,
liked it. You know, people who's grown up on that sound. You know, a lot of
100%.
people, man.
Even the new school people liked
Yeah,
it just because you
Yeah,
guys
it's
made it
it's
with
like
that
the
vibe,
old
right?
kind of vibe, you know, traditional and live kind of.
Yeah.
So-
So, Shinda Bhaji, I wanted to ask you. You are not a stranger to collaborations by any means. Even your albums have been collaborations 1, 2, and
2,
3.
3.
Rumors have it that 4 is on the way as well. We're hoping for that. We won't ask you to confirm that. I was hoping you would. But
We might, but
I want to speak about some of these collaborations. Like you mentioned A.S. Kung before. You know, Amrinder Gill,
Easy.
huge name. You had a lot to do with it.
Gurdas Man.
Gurdas Man is somebody who doesn't collaborate with a lot of
No,
people.
no.
How did you make that happen?
And not only Gurdas Man, you did Gurdas Man and then Abrar ul Haq.
Yeah.
He's one of the biggest Punjabi
Ah,
singers
biggie,
coming out of
biggie.
Pakistan.
Yeah, bilkul.
And then you had the biggest Punjabi singer coming out of Punjab, India.
Yeah.
And like that's not easy to do. It's
What was
unheard
that?
of.
That
How
song
did
was
that
actually
go?
titled Collaborations, right? Can we listen to that song first and then get into
Yeah,
it?
I'll tell you a little story
Yeah.
about that first.
Okay.
Because, you know, BBC approached Mr. Shabir ji, a very big brother of mine from Movie Bucks. Mr. Shabir from Movie Bucks, you know what I'm saying? And then he came to me and he says, BBC, we want to do a kind of collaboration. And he says to me, with yourself, I said, okay. And Gurdas Man, I said, Gurdas Man. He goes, yeah. And from Pakistan, Abrar ul Haq. India, UK, Pakistan, you know what I'm saying, worldwide. And I said, Baba ji, Gurdas Man. And he goes, yeah. So I remember that song, you know. And so I made some tunes, you know. I'm going to tell you, I didn't tell this story to anyone. I made some.
exclusive.
That's what we like.
I made
That's
some tunes, you know. I was thinking of, and I knew that Baji's going to write his own lyrics, you know. You can't tell Gurdas Man to sing the lyrics I got for you, you know.
Yeah.
I knew. But I had some tunes. So Gurdas ji was at UK that time, touring. And Mr. Shabir said, called him to his house, you know, for dinner. Mr. Shabir's house. And I met Gurdas Man ji. And I says, Baba ji, मैं tarjan kuch बनाइयां मेरे दिमाग दे विच जो है ना. He go, okay, record it on a tape and give it to me, you know. And I says, okay. So I recorded the parts, you know, that I was going to sing and Abrar ul Haq. And I says, we're going to be singing like this and तुसी अपना फिर तुसी देख लो ना. Near enough whatever. You understand? With these are the tunes kind of thing and तुसी अपना भी देख लो whatever.
Yeah.
He says, okay. He said, give me the tape. And I gave him the tape. And then I was in Bombay, Punjab. And then he's called me to Bombay. He goes, "Fir aaja aapa record karte hain." This is the
Wow.
thing to catch out now. And I said, okay. And so I went, mere naal Gurmukh siga. So we went to this. They said, come to the studio. Mrs. Manji says, come to the studio and at this time. And okay, I went there. And Gurdas Manji came. And Jaydev was with him. Great music director.
Yeah, legend.
Legend, yes. So, and he came and he had some lyrics in his pocket like this, you know. Few papers, I remember. And I go, Baba ji, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੈਂ ਟੇਪ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਲਈ ਸੀਗੀ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਸੁਣੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਸੁਣੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਯਾਰ ਫਿਰ ਟੇਪ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਅੱਛਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਗੀਤ ਲਿਆਂਦੇ you know. And he goes, he took this paper out and he goes and he starts singing this song, you know, which was good, and it, but I could hear the song and I says, this song is okay, but no one else can come in this song, you know. I'm not going to sing the song now, but I remember it very well.
Oh, feel free if you'd like to sing the song. Feel free to.
Anyway, then I couldn't. He's a very big artist, you know, because I've been listening since I was in my nappies, you know.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, that's the way I say it. I was in my nappies when I heard Gurdas Manji's songs.
He's one of your favorite singers
Yes.
as well? Yeah.
He is to today, and he always will be. There's no other one, and no one will come near him.
Yeah.
As a human being, as a writer, as an artist. Okay, so I says, then I said, I have to say, you know, मैं कह भाई भाजी ये ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਮੈਂ then I started singing the harmonium ਸੀਗਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ ਆਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਬਣਾਈਆਂ ਸੀਗਾ so I sang them ਅੱਛਾ then he listened to the lyrics, you know, ਤੂੰ ਰੰਗ ਦੇ ਲਿਆ ਚੁਨੀ ਨੂੰ ਮੁਟਿਆਰੇ ਨੀ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਪੱਗ ਵਰਗਾ ਇਹ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹ ਜਚਰਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ these wording ਹੈ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ I'm not telling you to sing this wording ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਆਪਣਾ ਬਣਾਓ Kana?
Yeah.
This is the pattern of the song, you know. Our brother's gonna sing chiku chiku kade. I said he's gonna be coming in like this. He go, okay, you give me some time, keep on playing. And then Jayadev was there, so we made a kind of rough pattern. I put Jayadev. I remember I said you sit in front. He's senior artist, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to give them the respect.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't really know that. You have to show respect to someone elders. That's one thing that my brother taught me, you know, and that helped me a lot. He goes, always mix with people better than yourself.
Yeah.
Better musicians, better singers, better anyone, and you'll get better. If you mix with just average people, you ain't gonna get nothing, man.
100%.
You understand? So that thing I kind of stuck in my mind, you know, every time. And even my Guruji, Ajit Singh Matlashi ji, whenever time I learned something from anyone else, I'd go and show it to him, and he'd go, very good. He'd be very happy.
Yeah.
He goes, that's nice. Any other star, if I learned anything, I'll ask them, you know, let me write the notation or anything. Then I'll show the Guruji,
They always say, don't be the smartest person in the room. You should always be learning
He
always.
He goes, that's good.
Yeah.
Achha, so coming back to that song now, and then we had this arranger in Bombay, you know, he made a little pattern while I was playing the harmonium, just a little rough guide. And then 15 minutes he went out and then he went in the room and he said, okay, let's go now. And then he sang a lot of things, you know, he sang for maybe 25 minutes, whatever.
Wow.
Anna? So I'm going to tell you the story now. Okay, and then I took the singing home and I cut the bits up, you know, which I thought. There was a lot of singing, maybe 35 minutes singing, you know, non-stop.
Yeah.
Then I cut the parts and I made the kind of structure of the song.
Yeah.
And I remember when I took the parts, he says to me, don't keep me too much. He goes, keep your style. He goes, especially the fast jera gaana na tej, kehna wo zarur rakhna. Te Abrar al Haq da jera kanda oda bhi style rakhi. He goes, keep it same. He's very big thing of a very big man.
Wow.
He says, don't just keep me in it. You keep everyone the same.
Equal.
Equal. So anyway, when I cut the parts and I sang my parts and Abrar, you know, he sang his parts. And then we made the track. And then we performed this track on the BBC Awards, I remember that day, and I was thinking, you know, to God, because thank you so much. I've been listening to this great artist, this great human being since I was a little baby, and I'm on the stage with him singing. That's a very big thing, because Gurdas Manji never sang with anyone, male singer.
Wow.
I'd not ever heard of.
Ever?
Before,
Yeah, I never heard
maybe
of it
after
either.
that, but not before that. I didn't hear no song.
Yeah.
He sang with female dudes, obviously. Anyway, so when we sang that on the BBC, you know, everyone went crazy. It was a very big night for me, for my life achievement.
Yeah.
Anyway, when we was going to release this song, and the one song was made, and I says to Mr. Shabir, I'm like, yeah, there was no singles in at the time, you know, it was all albums, man. I says, Mr. Shabir ji, मैं क्या एक गीत ना की करांगे यार, मजा ही नहीं है ना. So then I made one song with Jazzy B, because he's always with me, na. ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮਿੱਤਰੋ ਪਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਿਲ ਉਹ ਨਾ ਕੁੜੀ ਲੱਭਦੀ ਉਹ ਨਾ ਕੁੜੀ ਲੱਭਦੀ. So I made 2 songs. Then it just come in my mind, you know, big collaborations, man. My good friend of mine, my big brother, Cali Quest, you know, he said collaborations, man. And I said, that's it, man. So I come up with male I said, why don't I do collaboration with male voices? Because you know, female voices, they've been going on for many years, dude songs,
Duets, yeah.
but not actually with male voices, you know. So yes, Kangana Vikita. So that's where the concept came up. And then now we're gonna come back to the first song.
Yeah, can we listen to collaborations and
Yeah,
then get
1
right
minute. I
back
just
into
want to
it?
finish the story, man.
Okay, no,
I want to get in the groove, you know. I don't like to be stopped, man. Okay, so, you know, when this song was made and the album was made, the album's finished now, mastered, everything, and then Mr. Shabir says to Gurdas Man, we're gonna work on the video, you know, and he goes, I want to do my vocal again. I don't think my vocal was up to scratch when he heard the, you know.
Yeah.
Because he had the song for many, you know, when we sang it on BBC, obviously he had the song, but he's a busy guy, you know, he don't listen back, whatever. He's too busy. So, and I go, it's all mastered now. And he goes, tell him to come to Bombay now, we must do the vocal again. And I was in Punjab, I said, everything done, you know, but he's a big artist, he ain't going to stay, you know. It's a big honor too. So, okay, I went again, Gurmukh Singh with me, the same guy when we went to record. Okay, and they says to me, go in the studio, Bombay, and Paji will be there. So we went to the studio and he goes, this is Mrs. Manji, go and load up the track, you know. So when I went to the studio, the engineer, and I says, here's the track, you know, load it up. And he put the track on and he listened to it and he loved it. Yeah, must. He goes to me, isme problem kya hai? मैं कि यही बात पाजी को पूछना because he couldn't find no fault and here and then he says okay Gurdas Man ji came with Jayadev again because Jayadev was producing his tapes then and he came, he gave us some prashad first and everything and then he goes okay play the track. So we played the track now and he listened. But Jayadev was listening, he's doing his head like this, he's feeling it. Okay, listen one time and he goes to the guy, Dwara, play it again. Then he played it again and he goes, let's go, I can't do better than this, let's go and eat.
That's crazy. That's a wicked story.
That's awesome.
Because he knew I had to cut it up, to sing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It would have been a bit hard,
Yeah.
Because when you sing something loose, khulla jara gana, and then to close it down, it's very difficult,
100%.
100%.
So that's a big story. You can hear the track now, man. Play it.
ਕਦੇ ਨਾ ਰਾਂਝਾ ਕੰਨ ਪੜਵਾਉਂਦਾ ਤੇ ਹੀਰ ਖਵਾਉਂਦੀ ਚੂਰੀ ਨਾ ਹੀਰ ਆਖਦਾ ਕੌਣ ਰਾਂਝੇ ਦੀ ਜੇ ਵਾਰਸ ਲਿਖਦਾ ਪੂਰੀ ਨਾ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਨੇ ਫਿਰ ਡੁੱਬਣਾ ਕਿਉਂ ਸੀ ਜੇ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਯਾਰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਨਾ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਨੇ ਮਨਾ ਡੁੱਬ ਜਾਣਾ ਸੀ ਜੇ ਆਸ਼ਿਕ ਚੜਦੇ ਸੂਲੀ ਨਾ ਜੇ ਆਸ਼ਿਕ ਚੜਦੇ ਸੂਲੀ ਨਾ ਪੱਠੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਾਣੇ ਨੇ ਪੱਠੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਾਣੇ ਨੇ ਪੱਠੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਾਣੇ ਨੇ ਪੱਠੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਾਣੇ ਨੇ ਵੇਖੀ ਕਿਤੇ ਸਾੜ ਨਾ ਗਈ ਦਾਣੇ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਨੇ ਖਾਣੇ ਨੇ ਦਾਣੇ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਨੇ ਖਾਣੇ ਨੇ
ਜਦੋਂ ਦੀ ਜਵਾਨੀ ਨੀ ਨਿਤ ਕਰਦੀ ਐ ਨਵੀਂ ਛੇੜਖਾਨੀ ਨੀ ਤੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਹੈ ਜਦੋਂ ਦੀ ਜਵਾਨੀ ਨੀ ਨਿਤ ਕਰਦੀ ਐ ਨਵੀਂ ਛੇੜਖਾਨੀ ਨੀ ਨਾ ਰੱਖੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਪਰਦਾ ਤੂੰ ਰੰਗ ਦੇ ਲਿਆ ਚੁੰਨੀ ਨੂੰ ਮੁਟਿਆਰੇ ਨੀ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਪੱਗ ਵਰਗਾ ਦੇ ਲਿਆ ਚੁੰਨੀ ਨੂੰ ਮੁਟਿਆਰੇ ਨੀ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਪੱਗ ਵਰਗਾ ਦੇ ਲਿਆ ਚੁੰਨੀ ਨੂੰ ਮੁਟਿਆਰੇ ਨੀ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਪੱਗ ਵਰਗਾ
ਲਾਲੀ ਮੁਖੜੇ ਤੇ ਗੁੱਡਮਾ ਸਰੀਰ ਨੀ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਆਖਦੇ ਸਿਆਲਾ ਵਾਲੀ ਹੀਰ ਨੀ ਲਾਲੀ ਮੁਖੜੇ ਤੇ ਗੁੱਡਮਾ ਸਰੀਰ ਨੀ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਆਖਦੇ ਸਿਆਲਾ ਵਾਲੀ ਹੀਰ ਨੀ ਹਾਣ ਮਸਾਂ ਮਿਲੇ ਹਾਣ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੂੰ ਮਟਕ ਪੱਬ ਧਰਦੀ ਨੀ ਫਿਰ ਹਾਰੇ ਅੱਖ ਲਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੂੰ ਮਟਕ ਪੱਬ ਧਰਦੀ ਨੀ ਫਿਰ ਹਾਰੇ ਅੱਖ ਲਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਮਟਕ ਪੱਬ ਧਰਦੀ ਨੀ ਫਿਰ ਹਾਰੇ ਅੱਖ ਲਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਰਮਾ ਰੋ ਰੋ ਖੁਰਨਾ ਮੇਚ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਆਵੇ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਪਾਵੇ ਕੋਈ ਮਟਕਾਵੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਦਿਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਸਦੀ ਏ 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 ਉਹ ਪੁੱਲੀਆਂ ਚੋਂ ਲੋਕ ਹੱਸਦੇ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਚੋਂ ਹੱਸਦੀ ਏ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਚੋਂ ਹੱਸਦੀ ਏ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਚੋਂ ਹੱਸਦੀ ਏ ਚੀਕੂ ਕਰੇ ਜੁੱਤੀ ਤਿੱਲੇਦਾਰਨੀ ਨੀ ਤੇਰਾ ਫੁੱਲਾਂ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਹੌਲਾ ਜਾਪੇ ਪਾਰਨੀ ਨੀ ਚੀਕੂ ਕਰੇ ਜੁੱਤੀ ਤਿੱਲੇਦਾਰਨੀ ਨੀ ਤੇਰਾ ਫੁੱਲਾਂ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਹੌਲਾ ਜਾਪੇ ਪਾਰਨੀ ਨੀ ਸਾਦਕੇ ਨੀ ਤੇਰੀ ਟੋਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਡ ਗਏ ਨੀ ਹੋਸ਼ ਮਟਿਆਰੇ ਨੀ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਕਲੈਰੀ ਮੋਰਦੇ ਉੱਡ ਗਏ ਹੋਸ਼ ਮਟਿਆਰੇ ਨੀ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਕਲੈਰੀ ਮੋਰਦੇ ਉੱਡ ਗਏ ਹੋਸ਼ ਮਟਿਆਰੇ
ਤੇਰੇ ਗਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਾਲੀ ਗਾਨੀ ਨੀ ਕੋਈ ਰੂਪ ਤੇਰੇ ਦਾ ਸਾਨੀ ਨੀ ਹੁਣ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਅੱਖ ਮਸਤਾਨੀ ਨੀ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਅੱਖ ਮਸਤਾਨੀ ਨੀ ਦਰਬਾਨਾ ਦਿਲ ਭਰ ਜਾਨੀ ਨੀ ਚਾ ਤੇਰੀਆਂ ਹੀ ਮੁਹੱਬਤਾਂ ਦਾ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਨੀ ਜੱਟ ਤੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮਰਦਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮਰਦਾ ਹਰਾਨੀ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮਰਦਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮਰਦਾ
Absolutely amazing track. Again, I mean, a huge collaboration with yourself. You've done collaborations from way back, like we said, 1, 2, and 3. You've also done collaborations with newer artists like Diljit Dosanjh, who again doesn't collaborate with a lot of people. So
great artist.
It's just obvious that everybody does enjoy working with you. Whatever you touch turns to gold. So that definitely explains to me how the whole collaboration thing comes about.
And I just want to talk about that video because that video is mind blowing.
Yeah,
anyone who's seen that video, you know. And when we was making that video, I remember I was doing my parts. It was on a green screen, and people who don't know, it's like you got a green screen behind you, and you're just dancing around. And I was thinking in my mind, what's this guy gonna do, man? You know, he had Paji doing the same thing. He had me, and he's gonna have a bridal hug. You know what I mean? What's he gonna put behind? But then when we seen the video, and especially Gurdas Paji ji, he said, "Oh, that guy, man."
Who was the director?
Ajay Jain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ajay Jain.
For its time, when it came
Yeah,
out,
for its time,
the coloring,
it
what he
was
done, man, and there was only 3 people and 1 female artist. That's it, man. No dancing, no nothing.
Crazy.
But the coloring
was perfect.
it's just like amazing.
And the lighting
man.
was
when the
awesome.
woman, you know,
bang
when
on.
she's throwing them things, and you can like it's in front of you, you know.
Yeah.
So he done a great job.
So Shinda Paji, I mean, when I think of you, you know, everybody has their own perception of yourself. You know, I think singer, he might think producer, he might think musician. Everybody has this
it's all
different
good.
look.
It's all music, man. It's all love, man.
It's all put together, right? I mean, what is something that a lot of us wouldn't know that you contributed to the industry that's not obvious or something we can't Google?
I mean, it's all out there, man. You know, people who love music, they know, you know, some people even know more than me, you know. I mean, people like the other day, man, people from Montreal, when we come back from the show, Paji was there as well. This brother and sister, man, they come from Montreal to Toronto. You know how far that drive is.
That's a 5-6 hour drive.
And they had all the CD covers.
that's crazy.
CD covers, and they wanted to sign it. And then when I said, Gurminder Maddo ke, they said, oh, he was going crazy. He said, Gurminder Maddo ke, Sony Pavla. Then he said, this is Amarjit Musa Parya. Oh, the guy was going crazy, you know. He knew all the songs and everything, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good feel. Is that how do you feel when you see these people still after so many years?
I say,
right?
listen, man, that's crazy, you know. I said, my kids don't even know my songs, man. And this guy's telling me everything, man. You know what I've done. And he brought all the CDs and he made me sign them, man.
That's amazing.
What about you?
Yeah. You know, a lot of people, another thing that you've done in your career, a lot of people don't know, but is you've done a lot of, well, they probably do know a lot of Dharmic songs you've done. You were the first one to sing a song on drugs and against drugs. Can you speak on that and tell us a little bit about those?
Because I go Punjab a lot, you know, to do shows, and I see the youngsters, man, and I feel very sad, man, you know. When you look at some of them and you can tell they're on something, you know.
Yeah.
What's their future going to be? It doesn't look very bright, you know.
No, absolutely.
And then you know how the governments are and everything, you know, it's corruption everywhere, man. And you feel sad, you know, but what's going to be the future of their children, you know, if they're like this. Because our ancestors are from Punjab, you know, that's where we belong from.
Yeah.
You know, I sang this song, Yaar main uthon da jithe jammya Bhagat Sardar, yaar main
Such an
uthon da.
awesome track.
समझना या मैं फिर गाया सीगा भी सौखी नहीं मिल गई तेनू ये पगड़ी सरदारा. You understand? And there was a message in there, especially in the video, when the white guy at the end, he's saying to the other guy, hey, why you got this thing on your head, man? Why you wearing this weight? Why don't you be a cool dude? And at the end of the video, the English guy picks up the turban and he says, sorry, man, I didn't know the meaning of this.
Yeah.
So it was little things like this, the youngsters, you know,
Yeah.
just for youngsters. Because I don't want people who come from India, they know everything. It's not for them. It's just for the youngsters, if I can give a message, you know, because I'm brought and bred up in UK. So I always like to spread a good message, man.
When did that come out?
That was Satguru Mera. Jazzy B Paji we got some songs on that track.
Like you're one of the very few artists songs.
And then one song I was recording, you know, Tom Larry.
Yeah.
I've recorded many songs. I don't know how many songs, man. Or he's recorded apart before me. Bali Sog used to be at that studio.
Yeah.
Then Amajit Suru, you know, they used to be at that studio before me, you know.
Yeah.
And then I started coming in and then I'll be in there 5 days. That's how much work. And then they used to have a studio upstairs. Sometime I'd be downstairs and sometime I'd be upstairs.
Wow.
That's how much work, you know, because there was a lot of CDs used to sell, tapes, everything, you know. Anyway, when I was recording this album for Taram Seva, I'd like to thank them as well. Kaka Mohan Varga, you know, he used to play tool with me and then he got religious and I feel very good, you know. There's 5 boys from Leamington Spa, you know.
All of them.
And they're doing a great job in this Taram Seva, you know what I mean, for the culture, for the Sikhism, for for the humanity.
Like, what do you have to say to the people? I mean, when somebody's writing a song or making a song, obviously the intention is not to go in that direction because people want to sell their music, right? But you're going out of your way to make this to set the message.
Very good question there, because the companies don't want nothing to do with this, you know, with devotional songs and nothing.
No, not at
They'll
all.
say, do a commercial track, you know, you'll get more shows and we'll make a bit of money. But it's you're inside, you know. It's sometimes you gotta, what you feel, you know, you gotta bring that out. That's what I feel. If I don't be honest to my music, then I'm nothing, you know. So I'm just gonna come back on the langar song, the langar song that I done. With tere 20 rupaiyan da langar aaj bhi chalda ye data. When I sang that song, Tommy never asked me before, you know. Many thousand songs are done for other people, singers, even myself. He says to me, this meaning of the song, what is it? And I says, Piya Guruji, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, when you go into the temple and you can eat free food all day, anywhere. He says, free? I says, yeah. I said, he started that from 20 rupees his dad gave him to start some business. And he was very, you know, he says, my God.
Wow.
So the youngster didn't know that. We langar jera pa sare sakde ha. Oh, Baba ji de 20 rupiya. He'll elaborate on that because.
Yeah.
ਭਾਜੀ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਰ ਕਹਿਣੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਨਾ ਆਪਦੀ ਐਲਬਮ ਲਈ ਭਾਜੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗਾਣਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੋਨੀ ਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਤੇਰਾ ਹੱਸਣਾ ਹੱਸਣਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਨਖਣਾ ਨਖਣਾ ਦਿਲ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਲੁੱਟਦਾ ਏ। I was sick that day is fever 105 right, ਭਾਜੀ ਲਈ ਸੌਂਗ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ, ਪਰ ਭਾਜੀ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਸੌਂਗ ਸੋਨੀ ਪਾਵਲਾ ਨੂੰ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਉਹ he gave his song to Sony Pavla for his album. So ਆਪਦੇ ਲਈ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਰਾਈਟ। ਮੈਂ ਨਾ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਵਾਰ ਭਾਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਤੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਨੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਗਾਣੇ ਬੜੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਯਾਰ ਬੜੇ ਸੈਡ ਜੇ ਲਿਖਦਾ, ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਸਮਝ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਣੇ ਹੈ ਨਾ। ਮੈਂ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਯਾਰ ਅਰਾਊਂਡ 150 songs ਹੀ ਫਲਿਪਡ ਆਊਟ ਰਾਈਟ, ਇਸ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੈ ਨਾ। ਓਕੇ ਗੁਰਵਿੰਦਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਆਈ ਗਿਵ ਯੂ ਟਿਊਨ ਰਾਈਟ। ਸੋ ਅਰਾਊਂਡ ਆਫਟਰ 1 month he sent me the tune right. ਮੱਝਦੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਣੀ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਹਿਲਦੇ ਨਾ, ਫਸਟ ਸੌਂਗ ਆਈ ਰਾਊਟ ਫॉर ਭਾਜੀ। ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਭਾਜੀ
ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਕਲੈਪ ਮੈਨ, ਯੂ ਨੋ,
ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਕਲੈਪ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਭਾਜੀ ਕੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ। ਫਿਰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਥੋੜੀ ਉਹ ਦੂਜੀ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਨਾ, ਲਾਈਟ ਜੀ। ਸੋ I
because he used to work different, you write songs and people, I make the composition verse, then I say you write on this, you know,
100%,
and they have a little task as well for them as well, you know.
ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗਾਣੇ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਆ ਮਿਕਸ ਵਿਦ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਐਂਡ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਬੋਲੀ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹੁਣ ਥੋੜੀ।
ਹਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਲਿਖਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਪਰ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੀ।
ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛ ਰਿਹਾ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਦੇ ਜੋ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਆ,
ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਵਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਥੋੜਾ ਚੇਂਜ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੀ ਪਊਗਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੇ। ਭਾਜੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਹੁਣ ਗੀਤ ਜੋ ਕਰੀਦੇ ਆ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਲਾਈਟ ਕਰੀਦੇ ਹਨਾ। ਭਾਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਵਾਲੇ ਸੁਣਾਉਂਦਾ ਪਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਸੰਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ। ਪਰ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਰਾਈਟਰ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਚੈਲੰਜ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਰਾਈਟ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਗਾਣੇ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨਾ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਰਾਈਟਰ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਰ ਆਊਟ ਹੋਵੇ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਚੋਂ ਰਾਈਟ, ਉਹ ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਯੰਗਸਟਰ ਆ, ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਯੂਥ ਆ, ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਆਡੀਅנס ਆ ਰਾਈਟ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੋਚਣ ਸ਼ਕਤੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿੰਨਾ ਕੁ ਪੜ੍ਹਿਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਸ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਦੇਣੀ ਪਊਗੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ। ਲਾਈਟ ਸੌਂਗ ਲਿਖਣੇ ਪੈਣਗੇ, ਉਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਜੋ ਕਾਲਿਆਂ ਵਾਲਾ, ਦੂਸਰਾ ਵੈਸਟ ਇੰਡੀਜ਼, ਜੋ ਵੀ ਨਵਾਂ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਆ ਉਹ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਊਗਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ। ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਊਗਾ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੁਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਲਿਖਣਾ ਪਊਗਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ 100%.
Going back to some of the Dharmic songs that you were talking about, 20 rupees, you wanted to...
No, I was just saying you segued over because you said he wrote the Baba Nanak song as well, right?
Andy, Balijit who had written that song. I'm just saying, Tommy, the English guy, he felt something in that song, you know, and he wanted to know the story. He never asked me before in his life, you know, how many songs I've been.
And he felt it out of just listening to that.
He heard Nachana and he know that, you know, Yakudi and whatever. He knew them words, you know, he knew what that was meant. That's all in every song, you know. But then this song he saying beat, he didn't really hear this kind of wording, you know. So it just surprised me as well. I mean, when I told him, he was shocked. So I'm just saying, lyrically, so devotional is just for the youngsters, really. You know, if they can. I want to just give back something. It's not money or making enough.
You guys have such a fantastic platform, and you know yourself, Gurdas Maan, you guys have taken the opportunity to sing these kind of songs and show the youth, because we're influenced by the music that you put out. That's no doubt. Everybody here, these guys have become DJs based on your music. So the fact that you're taking that platform and using it for something positive and to spread that message to us.
This song that I just done now, about a couple of couple of months, not even a month, Sing the Warriors. Okay, I made this song, you know. It's saying just Sikh nu Sikh na mare, Sikh qaum kade na hare. I'm saying it could be je Muslim na mare, je Hindu nu. I'm talking about togetherness, you know. When I sing this song, I say that I'm not just talking about Sikhs. I'm talking about if you're a family, man, you live together, man, in peace. There's nothing better than that, you know. So this kind of thing, you know, the company, you know, they hear it and they say, yeah, you gave the great song, Gajni, the layup, the hit song. Why didn't you do something like that? You don't work that way, you know. I was in Bisaki, I would like to do a religious song, you know. So this one I will sing the Warriors, and just want to say that song got so much cheering. None of my other songs got that much sharing, you know.
Really?
So people understand. They want to, you know.
They're asking for
they
it,
appreciate good lyrics, yeah. When we say they don't want to hear it, the youngsters want to hear lyrics, man. They want to be. They need a challenge as well, you know.
Absolutely.
Well, even all your songs are still clean songs.
Yeah, yeah. I always sing kind of family type, you know.
Exactly.
I don't like any.
You want to hear what their parents.
Yeah, I don't like any video that if someone's there and your sister's got to get up out the room or some your mom. I don't do that, man. You know, if they got to put their eyes down, keep it clean, man. And I will, as long as I live, you know.
I mean, that's the thing. You're known for that. Like, you're the only artist that's had for like what countless numbers of years, just clean music. Some songs I can listen to with my grandpa, my mom,
you got
my
in your
dad.
glasses, you know. I'm not saying nothing about that.
I mean, I'm not making those kind of songs, but those songs are good.
And also, I want to mention that Paji sang that song is ਦੁਨੀਆ ਉੱਤੇ ਟੌਰ ਮਿੱਤਰਾ ਉਸ ਦਿਨ ਬਣਨੀ ਯਾਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਪੌਂਡ ਤੇ ਲੱਗੂ ਫੋਟੋ ਪੱਗ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਰਦਾਰਾਂ ਦੀ
ਇਹ ਵੀ ਫਾਦੀ ਨੇ
So we are waiting for that day, right? So
that song as well, you know.
Yeah, ਜਦੋਂ ਪੌਂਡ ਤੇ ਲੱਗੂ ਫੋਟੋ ਪੱਗ
Maybe we'll
ਵਾਲੇ
get under
ਸਰਦਾਰਾਂ
dollar first.
Yeah.
Dollar first.
Sure. Canadian dollar first. You know the way it's happening now.
Yeah, you're right.
No,
So you know what? Saying this, I sang this song. ਗਿਲ ਸਾਹਿਬ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਤੇ ਹੋਇਆ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਮੁੱਛ ਸਾਡੀ ਖੜੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਐ ਲੋਕੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਗੱਭਰੂ ਖਰਾਬ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਬਈ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਕੀਤਾ ਬਦਨਾਮ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਪੀਂਦਾ ਐ ਮੈਂ ਪਾਣੀ ਤੇ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ
Everybody make some noise for that. Sukshinder Shinda is singing right in front of you live. Come on, it doesn't get much better than this. It's absolutely unbelievable how much you've contributed to the industry. It's obvious you and your friends that have come have literally any music that this guy has on his laptop is influenced by you. 4 or 5 of you guys that are in this room. So I mean that is just fantastic. We want to speak about the UK influence that you've had on other people that have come under you. You know, someone in specific that comes to mind is Aman Hair. He has a very similar sound to you. How much influence did you have on his career?
I used to come to, I know his dad, Uncle Ji, you know, and my Ustad Ji Lal Singh Bhatti used to stay at their house, you know. And and I used to go as well. I used to stay. He was only young, you know, and he started learning, and he done very well. I'm very happy, you know. He done very well, and he's doing very well now. And even Popsy Music Machine, you know.
Wow.
And then we bought them in the band kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they done very well.
Absolutely.
And even my nephew, you know, he got sadly got ill, you know. God bless him. Hope he gets better. There's a lot of, I feel very happy, you know. If I've helped anyone or they're doing very well, I feel very good. Even Haj, you know, he's doing well.
Oh yeah.
And he used to come in the studio, you know. He was
only
he'd just come in the studio with me, you know. And I used to think he's just coming for lunch, you know. But he used to like interest, you know. And when I made Gumsoma mixing, I remember he was there. And there was one thing that was the clavinet was higher in one part, I remember, and he says to me, this sounded a bit louder. So we had some musical, and he's doing very well.
In the vibe from there. Actually,
he'd be going in the car with me, you know, to check the mixes.
Kultar, I want to say something. It's like Aman Hair, Popsy is all a Shinda Paji blood, right? They meet me first time at the airport in the London, right? Aman Hair and Shinda Paji, right? And Popsy told me, "Sare gaane yaar Shinda Paji nu de jana, mere liye bhi lag."
You mentioned Harj Nagar, and you guys have actually worked on a track together.
Yeah,
it's a track that you sang on and he produced. How was it letting somebody else lead the production for
No, he's my little brother, you know. I like to help other people, and I sang one song with DJ Vix as well. You know, he's a very good music, a DJ and music producer, you know. So, but the first one I sang for Harj, you know.
Yeah.
Dilwarda. And then we done one Red Rose, which was written by
Red Rose vangu tu bhi puri phabdi ni akh vekhna sunte. I love that song. Is ho gora rang laal wang suit tang fet ang lot di banars da thag vargi.
Absolutely, man. Another infamous producer that's going to go down in history is one of the greats, True School. He holds you in very, very high regard. Well, says that you influenced his career quite a bit. How does it feel to see somebody like him come up and, you know, I don't want to say your shadows, but at the same time he's come up and created such great music, and you see his success. How do you feel about seeing that?
Anyone who works hard, they will do good. Well, you know, you got to put the hours in, man. There's no easy way out.
I've heard you say that before. You say that Punjabi music is not really like Western music or like hip hop music, where you have to be competitive or go against each other.
No.
It's really about if you practice, and whoever puts the most hours in is going to be
like
the best.
You know, I got my two brothers over here, but they say you can't put two swords in one case, you know what I mean? But we prove that wrong every time I go. Always have people with me, singers, writers, man. It's all love, man.
Yeah.
I got love for everyone.
Shoulder to chita hai nacha modha te jag. But you have lots of idea to like give to the writer. Oh, jara gaana lekh writer sochan ch pay janda bhi aa kidda likhiya.
That actually brings me to a question that they'll kill me if I don't ask this.
There's one writer I want to mention. Sadly he's not with us anymore. Sukshinder Kala. God bless his soul wherever he is.
Yes,
he's written a lot of songs for Jazzy B. He done a lot of hard work, man. I'll be on the phone with him and everything, you know. Baji, मैं करी काला जी ने जा रहा है गड्डी च.
हाँ जी.
He'd written the song in 5 minutes, man. And I'm gonna sing that funk for you now. And we're just going in the car. I'm saying, Suruma, 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 neni paake, Turuna, Turuna, Turuna. Suruma, 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 neni paake, Turuna, Turuna, Turuna. Oh, matte te gundune singare kuriye, balle, matte patale soniye, shava. 5 songs, 10 minutes, man. We was driving. He said, "You keep on writing, man. I'm gonna keep on saying whatever I'm saying."
Is it like Jazzy Paji came last week at my home and everybody messed the Sukshinder Kala.
Right. Even Jazzy B's. हुस्ना दी सरकार दिलानू लुटती जावे लुटती जावे लुटती जावे. Kala ji,
wow,
you know, together. I'll be on the phone with him and saying this is the tune, you know, and he'd be spitting the lyrics out like this. He's a great artist.
That's crazy.
ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਟੀਮ ਚੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਜਣਾ ਲੋਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪੇਨ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਆ
ਬੰਦਾ ਚੱਲ ਗਿਆ
so I have to mention him now definitely because he's written a lot of great songs for Jazzy B, even myself, you know.
ਮੈਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਵਧੀਆ Song ਲਿਖਦਾ ਰਾਈਟ ਪਰ ਇਹ ਉਹਦਾ ਮੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਲਾਜ਼ਮੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਯਾਰ ਕਾਲਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਨਾ ਸੋ ਆਈ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਹਿਮ ਟੂ ਰਾਈਟ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਵਧੀਆ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੈ
ਮੈਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੀਤ ਤੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂਆਤ ਕਿਤੋਂ ਕਾਲੇ ਭਾਈ ਨੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ he's a great man he was
and you should enjoy every moment. It looks like you guys have a lot of fun working together, you know. All these memories bring smiles on all your guys' faces.
I learn lots things from Shinda ਭਾਜੀ ਇਹ ਛੋਟਾ ਭਰਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਇਹ ਕਾਲ ਵੀ ਵੱਡਾ ਭਰਾ ਪਰ ਮੈਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਮੰਨਦਾ ਵਾਂ ਰਾਈਟ ਸੋ ਸਰ ਜਦੋਂ 뮤직 ਇੰਡਸਟਰੀ ਇਹ ਜੀ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਛੋਟਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਸਿੱਖਦੇ ਆ ਵੱਡਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਸਿੱਖਦੇ ਆ ਹਨਾ.
My Guruji always says don't ever be shy to ask someone for something. You understand?
100%.
Even if it's big or even if it's smaller, if he gives you it's alright, if he doesn't give you then it's alright.
Yeah.
You ain't lost nothing, you know.
100%.
So ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ. ਬਾਕੀ ਇਹ ਵੱਡੇ ਭਰਾਵਾਂ ਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਆ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛੇ ਲਿਰਿਕਸ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਲਿਖੇ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਲਿਖਣਗੇ and people love the songs, you know. When someone likes a song or someone likes their lyrics or anyone's song, they get an inspiration, you know. So now it's very difficult because no one's buying CDs, you know, and everything's kind of changed, you know. You got 50 million views, whatever. I don't want to go into that, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, man.
We've had enough.
We've had
I don't want to get into that. But I'm saying.
Shinda ਭਾਜੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਹੂੰਗਾ ਇਹ ਲੀਜੈਂਡ ਆ ਰਾਈਟ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ 1% ਵੀ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਨਾ ਹੋਲ ਲਾਈਫ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਚੇਤੇ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਆ ਰਾਈਟ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੂਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਗੁਰਮਿੰਦਰ ਕਿੱਧਰ ਕੰਮਾਂ 'ਚ ਫਸਿਆ ਪਿਆ ਕੁਛ ਲਿਖਦੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਜੀ ਰਾਈਟ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਫਰੈਂਡਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੈਜੀ ਭਾਜੀ ਵੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਫਰੈਂਡ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਤੋਂ ਆ ਹਨਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਫਰੈਂਡਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਆ
ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਦੱਸ ਪਿਆ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਸਟੇਜ ਤੇ ਈਵਨ a lot of singers come ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਕੈਮਰਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਹੈ ਨਾ he is making it a point to introduce his good friends and that just shows the character and how humble he really is.
Well, basically, you know, the day I first met Shinda, you know, I knew obviously he's a kind of different person. You've probably seen it today within this short period 100%. Of time that what sort of personality he is, you know, amazing person. I think I am feeling very lucky that I have met. He's one of the best persons I met in my life. You know, so much learned from him. He always teach you, he always, you know, keep you with him, motivate you, everything, you know. So great personality. And you want to see one thing I always say, you know, in front of him or behind his back, when I met Paji, obviously he was a great music producer. Then we started together. I was just lucky that I kind of jumped into that coincidentally in that time when he was trying to sort his album out. So when I met him, that was like years ago now, 15 whatever years, and till now, you know, the level he's on, he's still the same person, you know.
That's
still
hard
the
to
same.
find.
And you can't say that about a lot of people, you know.
ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਸੋਚਦਾ ਵੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਰਾਈਟਰ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਵਧੀਆ
ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਸਿੱਖਣੀ ਪਈ ਫਿਰ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਗਾਣੇ ਵੀ
ਹੁਣ ਫਿਰ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਬਣ ਜਾਈਏ
like I was saying,
I just want to bring in a Bittu Boom Blastic.
That's my favorite name of the night too.
Oh yeah, why is that?
Where did that name
Why
come
is that,
from?
huh?
I love that name, that Boom Blastic. You don't hear names like that anymore, yeah?
First of all, my name is Bittu. The way we created the name was, I don't know if you guys know Chumkila.
Oh yeah,
Chumkila, the legend, right?
Yeah.
I comment out.
These guys made Sony Pavla.
These
guys made Sony Pavla.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Give a round of applause for that, man.
No. The way the name came out, actually we produced back in first ever Dude remix was Chumkila. Like, you know, Dude songs were like people thought, oh, who understands Dude songs, right? So what I had an idea. I didn't even understand the word, what they were saying. I just liked the way you sing. He had two meanings to his lyrics. Like he meant, like people go say dirty or clean. The way he wrote his songs and he sang his songs, he had two meanings to it. I didn't even understand that. The point was I liked hip hop, like Naughty by Nature, OPP, the song, right? So I go, let me put this to Chumkila beat, his lyrics to that beat. So back then it was recorded on 6 or 7 track. I guess Shinda Paji knows a little bit better. So we kind of got a couple guys, you know, to get together. I have an idea, but I can't put it together, right? So he goes, let's just do this. Just knock off this and put lyrics Chumkilas together. So we made 4 tracks. So we made four tracks, and then I needed a name. My name is Bittu. He goes, no, Bittu, DJ, what? Come on, man. so like, seriously, I'm on it, yeah. He goes, why don't we do a DJ Boombastic? I go, yeah, sounds good, man. So, yeah. You know, I go, that's how the name came out, DJ Boombastic.
Was the Shaggy song out there?
Yes, it was. Yeah, Shaggy was out, yeah. Shaggy song was out, yeah.
So you have great English. So were you born and raised here in Toronto?
No, I came to Canada when I was 6 years old, actually. I came in 1981.
And so you were heavily influenced by 80s hip-hop, and
yes.
You heard a lot of that.
Oh, yeah, a lot of that.
So then your transition into the music industry for Punjabi music, how did that come about?
Oh, because when I was younger, back in even India, I just love Punjabi Manik songs, like Mama Sadiq. Chamkila, I didn't know, I couldn't understand his lyrics. I knew he had a double meaning to it. And then when OPP came, Shaggy and all those, and I was just like, I listened to Bob Marley, I listened to all, like, Punjabi music was like my favorite because I love to dance. Like I was not a professional Bhangra dancer, but I can just, you know, the
a
way
b-boy.
You got some moves, you know. You got some moves up your sleeve.
I don't know if you remember, break dance came in back in the days, so stuff like that.
That's awesome.
That's all.
And you know, the culture carries forward. It must be cool for you to see nowadays because everything comes full circle. So all that retro stuff is coming back. It's back in. So if you're ready to, are you still in the music industry? Or are you
I'm with Shinda Paji, so I am.
He's always boosting me, you know. He's my brother, man. He's always with me, man. And he's a lovely guy.
That's fantastic. Shinda, I gotta ask you this, and I know these guys are gonna kill me if I don't. I keep saying that your production process. Everybody wants to know about it. Is there a specific process that you have? Is it lyrics first, composition first?
Lyrics, man.
Can you break that down for us?
That's the main thing, man. Okay, if I was say to you, I gotta say a tune. What's this? Nothing, man. What am I gonna do with this? So when I saw my man over here, you understand? So if I didn't have the words, what am I gonna do with just a tune? I'm not gonna hum it, man.
No, absolutely.
So when you make a tune and they match with the lyrics, that's when you know you got a good. Sometimes you might have good lyrics and the tune ain't good, you know. You might have a good tune and the lyrics ain't that good. So it's just like something gelled together. There's no secret, man. There's no secret recipe. You know, it's not like making a meal. You know, you mix 2 lemon spoons and it doesn't work that way, man.
Never works like that.
Yeah.
So it's just a
It's
feeling.
just if you
of
get
the
some
music,
good
right?
lyrics, man, and you know, and that's what it is, man.
Absolutely.
Do you think your process has changed from like the early years to how
No,
stuff is
what
done?
it is, man. People say, you know, this changing. It's just the Indian people caught up now, man. They got a good sound, you know.
Yeah.
What I gotta say is the truth. You know, they catch up now, man. Before they used to look to the UK sound, you know, how do they make this sound? Now they got good technicians there. It's all logic, you know. And
They
you
got
can
good studios, everything.
You can get good studios. Plus, you can make music just from a computer, man. If you know what you're doing.
Yep.
Just like this little laptop, you can make music from there. You don't have to go to a big studio now, man. All the thing is, you know, plugins available.
Everything.
No one really calls a musician now. If you want a double loop, you just plug it in there. You want a tabla loop, you get it from there. Sarangi loop, whatever. You gotta know which, obviously, to which fit where,
Yeah.
and the tuning and all that. So these kind of things, but people don't go that deep now anyway. You know, they get a loop and it sounds okay. Just bung it in, man.
I got a question. Who's your current favorite producer? That's my. I'm
Now-
curious. Who do you listen to? Who do you think is like, hey, he's doing well?
When I listen in my car, I'm listening to my Stargy stuff mostly. You know,
Okay.
the lessons which I'm trying to learn. You know, so I'm always listening to them, man.
Yeah.
मेरी गड्डी ਵਿੱਚ ਮੇਰੇ ਉਸਤਾਦ ਜੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਬੰਦਸ਼ਾਂ classical ਦੀਆਂ ਗਜ਼ਲਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ which I'm trying to learn. So always listening to them. Otherwise, I'm listening to my stuff I'm doing is I'm checking is this all right.
Okay.
You know, this because I only listen when I'm going to the studio. ਉੱਥੇ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਹੁੰਦਾ.
Yeah.
The way what I'm making, you know, and then at home I'm playing my whatever I want to do. Okay.
Going back to production though, so you've seen it from every era. You've seen like the vinyl era. You've seen
Tapes, CDs.
Now we're in the digital.
I remember the
What's-
vinyl. I'm just going to tell you a little secret there. My brother recorded with the great Khalid Marg in 1982.
Wow.
1982, man. And anyone who knows Khalid Marg 1982, the key cigar. This guy's like was on fire, man, you know.
Yeah.
It's like steel, man. He'd said, take the mic away, I don't need this, man.
Yeah.
And we was at school then, me and my brother, it was a black and white LP. The cover was black and white. And my brother used to got his felt tips and he goes, whoever colors is the best and I'll give them sweets. And we was coloring the LPs. And the LP was called Dil Aande Saude. Someone might have that LP. And it was 4 songs together. 2 songs Kuldeep Managji and 2 songs of my brother.
That's
Wow.
crazy. Wow.
Then when I came in, it was cassettes were very big
Yeah.
then.
That's amazing. That's absolutely.
And then after that, cassettes, CDs came, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whoever thought CDs going to come away. Then you got pen drives, you know, and then you got these phones that killed everything, you know, you don't need anything now. You got-
KSR
yeah.
remembers that. He had a video store, famous one out here in Toronto that you used to listen. I guess you carried all of this from
Yeah,
CDs.
I remember when we had tapes back in the day. I was telling JJ, we're looking at old covers and we saw old picture of you and you were swinging a hat back in the day. So like when you came out to the front, that's when we saw and you know came out with your bug and everything. And then to see that, we're like, oh, we never knew that's how it was. But I remember looking at those covers and all that because there was a lot of stuff going on into that. Now you just download a track from iTunes and you don't know who the writer is.
People used
you
to
don't know
look at
anything.
the cover, you know, who's written the song, who's
Everyone.
played the tool on it, who's played
Yeah.
if they like the instrument, who played this, you know.
It took you about 5 minutes just to read a CD cover or a
Yeah,
tape
yeah.
cover. It was so much information on there.
So
I remember when people used to go to studios and the engineers used to say, and they bring in your tool beat in and say, we want a tool sound like this, you know.
Yeah.
Even in India, many singers are here now. We used to listen to your tapes and take them to the studio.
That's
yaar,
crazy.
with the tool, the sound there.
We still do that.
Yeah.
There's no difference when we.
And even I'm touring now, I got Cookies, very good world famous
Yeah,
tool
he's
player.
amazing.
He going to me, man, people saying, Huppe, oh, then the tool, the
100%.
ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਉਹਦੀ ਵੱਜਦੀ ਹੈ.
And people don't understand it's the recording as well.
And it's my instrument is my Ustadi. It's a very old instrument. It's
Yeah.
very big. Its stomach's big like this, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it depends a lot of things, you know.
Yeah.
yeah. So like I was saying, you worked in every era, vinyl, CD, digital ages. What are you working on now? What softwares are you using? Are
Just
you,
Logic, man. You know.
yes. That's all I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to hear.
I'm not a fan of Logic, but it's all
Best
good.
program ever made.
But I like, you know, one thing I want to share with you know, I'm launching my YouTube channel, and that's gonna be promoting live music. You know,
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll be singing, and I got 3 musicians with me. Whatever, straight away, whatever I'm singing is gonna go down.
Nice.
So I'm doing something like this, and it's the old style of singing, which is people are forgetting. I'll be bringing that kind of singing.
So what are you trying to? Are you trying to promote? Like not promote, push something on that?
I just want to promote live music, man, which
Yeah.
I think is dying down, you know, and I miss
Good.
that, yeah.
Definitely.
And are these
Awesome.
young artists that you're working with up and coming, or a lot of the
No, I'll
older
be singing
established?
myself as well, and whoever I think is good. But before start releasing my 3-4 songs on myself.
Is there anybody out there in the industry that you haven't worked with, that like young or old, that you would like to still work with, or that you want to?
No, I've worked with a lot of people, man. I just anyone good, I'm just working on good things and different kind of music as well,
Mm-hmm.
I always love Bhangra music and I'll be singing that always. But apart from that, I'll be doing different things as well,
Yeah.
Just experimenting a bit more, man.
Any of these new guys out in the industry that you caught your eye and you're like, hey, I like this sound?
कई मुंडे अच्छे आ फिर देखते हैं let's see how it goes, good luck to everyone, man.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Listen, I say whoever works hard, man, it's gonna pay off, man.
Yeah.
That's what I say at the end of the day, man. There's no shortcuts, man.
That's it.
If you put in the hours, then you see some results, man.
Oh, there was a random fact I remember reading about that you practice still an hour a day. An hour a day, every instrument, or one instrument, or every instrument?
I just hard, when I stayed at the house,
Yeah.
5 a.m.
Really?
What's that, Harsh? 5 a.m.?
5 a.m.
Can we get Harj a mic?
Yeah.
Just 1 second, hold on. Let's just get Harj the mic.
hard.
Sorry, what were you saying there, Harsh?
But he wakes up, man. This guy's a dedicated guy, man. This is a profession. He wakes up 5, let's say 6 in the morning. That's it. That's what he'll do for like 2-3 hours every day.
Wow.
Every day.
Harsh is trying to sleep still at 5 a.m. He's like, what's going on? What's going
This is how I know.
Coming out.
This is how I know,
Yeah.
But, like, I've never met anyone ever, like anyone in the industry. I know a lot of people. No one is dedicated at Apache right here, man.
That's wild.
And
I just stayed at Haji's house, and
That's how I know.
he's my mom and dad, I love him, and they
But we
woke
wake up late. We wake up like 10, 11, 12.
They were looking
He's
for
out
me,
by 5,
and I was
6
in his, the sound box because it's soundproof.
Yeah.
I was in there.
He's in the studio. He locks himself in the studio because he knows it's soundproof.
No, the work ethic shows. And if there's anybody who thinks that they're working hard and they're not getting somewhere, this is living proof right here that if you stick to something, you work hard at it, you're going to get somewhere with it. So, I mean, I think that's the message that you're trying to send to everybody.
I'm just
is
saying
hard work pays.
You work hard, anything, man. I mean, people working hard on the computer now, that's very good as well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's all computerized now, So you learn your programming, that's a good thing. You got to put the hours in there as well,
Yeah.
But I'm like the old school, playing on the old instruments. That's what I love,
That's it. The sound tells. Again, Sukshinder, Shinda, we want to thank you so much for coming out here and spending this time
Thank
with
you,
us.
man. It's
Big
been
time.
great, man. To talk because normal interviews just like to say, they actually the same questions. Where did you start from? What have you done now about your song? But this is nice,
No, we appreciate
I think the
that.
youngsters they want to know this, because to tell you the truth, I was going to make a documentary, man, but I told you the half of stuff already,
No, we can still make it. We can
We
still
can.
want
We can still make that happen.
We still want
Because
that.
And you should.
I'm going to make a document, where I brought up and show all the places and whatever. But I told half.
I would
the
watch that. I would
You-
buy it.
definitely.
Call us
You know?
anytime. We got shot by Dola with the camera. Anytime you want, we're ready
Thank you,
to
man.
come
So,
shoot anything
God
you
bless
need.
you all, man, and keep it up, man. And I mean, other good artists, man, get them on,
Yeah, well, you know what? We're fortunate enough that people have been willing and wanting to come on and speak and share these stories, because these are things, like you said, in a normal interview setting, you can't get that real feel for somebody. We want people to come, enjoy themselves, have a laugh, talk about their
Yeah.
history, so that not only our age, but even the young generation, they need to know about the culture, they need to know about the language.
Yeah.
When they can relate to something in the music, they'll be pushed toward it, and they listen to that music, and that you'll see growth, and you're seeing that in front of you right now with Brampton, with
Toronto, man, they got a lot of music directors coming out,
Well, this gentleman right here is a big part of it, making a lot of music.
Haj
so-
told me, he's a great musician and he's mixing, mastering,
Yeah.
That's great, man.
Absolutely.
And you got a lot of music directors now as well, so it's very good, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Canadian born,
Yeah, well, one you brought with you today, gentlemen. They say
Ah.
it's Sony Pablo Jr. So that's a big name to follow,
He's a disciple of Gurminder Madhoke,
Yeah,
And
so he's gonna bless us with some music today. Whatever you feel like
Let's just
singing.
get a little introduction. What's Paji
अपना नाम दस पे सारे ना बोला
Hello, everybody. My name is Mani, and I feel really privileged to be with Paji and Paji's blessings over the last 2-3 days. Learned a lot from him, man. And I feel really lucky. I met Paji, and coming up with the track, and he calls me like Chota Soni Pabla. Like it's a big
That's a
name for
big
me,
blessing.
man. Like I feel blessed. So yeah.
Can you sing something for us today?
Okay, I want to just say something. Sony Pala lost is big lost for my life. He was really close friend for me, and ਸਾਰੇ ਗਾਣੇ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਲਿਖਦਾ ਸੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਮੈਂ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ 5 year ਮੈਂ ਸੋਨੀ ਬਾਵਲਾ ਦਾ Song ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਘਰੇ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਸੋ ਆਈ ਕਰਾਈ ਲਾਊਡ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਰਾਈਟ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇੰਨਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲੇ ਲਿਰਿਕਸ ਸੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਕੋਲੇ ਸਿੰਗਿੰਗ ਸੀ ਵੋਕਲ ਸੀਗੀ ਰਾਈਟ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਪਾਰਟ ਆਫ ਮੇਰੀ ਬੋਡੀ ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਸੋਨੀ ਬਾਵਲਾ ਜੋ ਮੈਂ ਲਿਖਦਾ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬੈਟਰ ਗਾ ਸਕਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਸ਼ਿੰਦਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਇਜ਼ ਲਾਈਕ ਮਾਈ ਬਿਗ ਬ੍ਰਦਰ ਲਾਈਕ ਮਾਈ ਫਾਦਰ ਲਾਈਕ ਮਾਈ ਉਸਤਾਦ ਆਈ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਹਿਮ ਲੋਟ ਰਾਈਟ ਸੋ ਹਰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਮੈਂ ਸਿੱਖਦਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਵਾ ਕੰਮ ਅਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਟੀਚ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਈ ਗਾਣੇ ਸਿਰਫ ਕੰਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਕੰਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਲਿਖਦਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ ਸ਼ਿੰਦਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਨੇ ਲਿਖਣ ਲਾਇਆ ਵੀ ਆਹ ਕੰਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਮੈਂ ਇਹ 'ਤੇ ਲਿਖ ਰਾਈਟ ਅਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜੋਤੀ ਭਾਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਪਲੈਨਟ ਰੈਕਡਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਯਾਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਗੁਰਮਿੰਦਰ ਦਾ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਨਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਨਾ ਹੀ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਵਾ ਸੋ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕੋਈ ਕੰਮ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਰਾਈਟ ਆਈ ਕੈਂਟ ਸਲੀਪ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਐਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਸ਼ਿੰਦਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਲਈ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਪੂਰੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਲਿਖਦਾ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਗਾ ਦੇਣ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਤੇ ਅਬ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਇਹ ਮਨੀ ਰਾਏ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਇਹਦੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਸੋਨੀ ਬਾਵਲਾ ਨੇ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਸੋਨੀ ਬਾਵਲਾ ਹੀ ਡੂ ਦਾ ਰੀਅਲੀ ਹਾਰਡ ਵਰਕ ਸ਼ਿੰਦਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਹੀ ਨੀਡ ਲੋਟਸ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਪਰ ਇਹਦੀ ਵੋਕਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਸ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨੇ ਟਰੈਕ ਕੀਤਾ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ
One second, we got to make some noise for Paji and that emotional story that he just told us about Soni Pablo. Thank you for sharing that.
ਚੰਨ ਚਾਨਣੀ ਰਾਤ ਵੀ ਵੈਰੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਬੋਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਬਾਤ ਵੀ ਵੈਰੀ ਚੰਨ ਚਾਨਣੀ ਰਾਤ ਵੀ ਵੈਰੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਬੋਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਬਾਤ ਵੀ ਵੈਰੀ ਡਰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਚੰਦਰੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਦਿਲ ਧੜਕੇ ਹਾਣ ਦੀਏ ਲੈ ਗੁੱਟ ਤੇ ਬਨ ਰੁਮਾਲ ਤੇਰੀ ਵਾਂਗ ਛਣ ਕੇ ਹਾਣ ਦੀਏ ਲੈ ਗੁੱਟ ਤੇ ਬਨ ਰੁਮਾਲ ਤੇਰੀ ਵਾਂਗ ਛਣ ਕੇ ਹਾਣ ਦੀਏ ਹੁਣ ਗੁਰਮਿੰਦਰਾ ਜਾਣ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਕੀਤੇ ਵਾਦੇ ਗਿਣਨੀ ਬੈਠ ਗਈ ਹੱਥ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਹੱਥ ਟਿਕਾ ਕੇ ਲੇਖ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਿਣਨੀ ਬੈਠ ਗਈ ਛੱਡ ਨਾ ਜਾਈ ਮੱਦੋ ਕੇ ਡਰ ਕੇ ਕੁੱਟ ਲਿਆ ਨਾਲ ਨੂੰ ਹੌਂਕਾ ਭਰ ਕੇ ਓਲਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਹਾਣ ਦੀਏ ਲੈ ਗੁੱਟ ਤੇ ਬਨ ਰੁਮਾਲ ਤੇਰੀ ਵਾਂਗ ਛਣ ਕੇ ਹਾਣ ਦੀਏ ਲੈ ਗੁੱਟ ਤੇ ਬਨ ਰੁਮਾਲ ਤੇਰੀ ਵਾਂਗ ਛਣ ਕੇ ਹਾਣ ਦੀਏ
Make some noise for that. Everybody in the room make some noise. Put your hands together for that.
Very good.
Unbelievable. Thank you, Paji. And we wish you much success. I mean, these gentlemen have already had their careers. They've done fantastic. Now it's for times like you guys, the guys sitting at the table, the guys that are back here. You know, take some influence from what you guys have heard here today and what you've seen. And absolutely do your best. Practice, keep at it. And hopefully one day we can amount to even half of what you've done in your career. Would be fantastic.
Thank you, man. God bless everyone once again. It's been great coming here.
Yeah.
And me and yours, you know, so I'd like to thank everyone once again. Gurminder Paji, Amarjeet Paji ਵੀ ਨਾਲ ਆਇਆ ਤੇ ਬਿੱਟੂ Paji, ਨੋਨਾ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਮਾਈਕ ਦੇ ਵੜਾ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੰਟ ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੰਟ ਦੋ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਜਾ So he always gives respect to
world famous.
He's world famous.
No name.
Can we introduce him at least? What's his name?
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਨਹੀਂ ਨੋਨੀ ਟਵਾਨਾ ਹੈ ਟੀਮ ਆਫ ਸੋਨੀ ਪਾਵਲਾ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਭਾਜੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਸਿੰਦਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਸੋਨੀ ਭਾਜੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਟੀਮ ਆਪਾਂ ਬਿੱਟੂ ਭਾਜੀ ਜੋਤੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਭਾਜੀ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਭਾਜੀ
With that being said, we are going to get into the end segment. You guys know what time it is. It's a game that we play at every episode. It's called Punjabi Shazam. We got Sukshinder. Shinda has probably got one of the best ears in the game. So we're going to play this game. We got our reigning champ. If you haven't seen, he's got the belt in front of him the whole. He's trying to show up. But basically, if you haven't seen the episode, we play a snippet of the song. You try to guess it. We're going to go 5 tracks. See who wins.
He's a champion because he's playing the songs, man.
No. He's not playing the songs. He's not playing the songs.
Who do we got? We got DJ MB coming in with the laptop. All right. All right, we're back for Punjabi Shazam. Before we start, we got to thank everybody who came out and helped us out with this episode. Shot by Dolo behind the camera. Nav from EI Photography came out. Harj Nagra, a special thanks to you for coming out and helping us out with this
100%.
episode. And then our friends that came out as well on the couch. It was fantastic. We loved the vibe. I think that was the most Punjabi we've ever had
100%.
on this episode. And
It's usually mostly English, but thank you.
We need to have more, so that was fantastic. So let's get into this game. We got DJ NV control controlling the ones and twos today, so he's gonna be dropping the track. Envy, when you're ready, drop that track.
No.
Nah, I had that.
That doesn't count.
Oh, that
It
doesn't
didn't play
count?
through the thing.
I had that.
You got to be careful with it.
Leave it on here.
Play that again just so we can double check.
No, because it just
Okay.
doesn't count.
All
Next
right,
one.
That one doesn't
We're gonna
count?
start again.
All right, we're gonna do this one more time. Technical difficulty. We're used
But that's
to it.
how quick we guess it.
Yeah. All right, DJ Envy, drop that track.
It's Jazzy B.
नच्चने नु सद्दा सी सारिਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਣਾ ਹੈ.
Did he get it? All right, DJ M, what's the track name? All right.
Yo, I should get half the point, man.
You know what? He actually doesn't want to answer it. He wants you to answer it. He feels bad, so he's like, I'm gonna let him try.
All right.
That's what we do.
I should get half a point.
Envy, let's go. Track number 2, play it.
Copyright karo. I said that.
He had that.
All right, DJ KSR's got one.
On fire, man. These two, man.
They're always on fire.
KSR's got one. M's got one. Track number 3, let's go.
Darshan.
Oh my God! DJ M is quick on it. He wants that belt. He does not want to give it up.
If there's anybody that lose to it, it'd be Sukshinder.
All right, we got 2 for M, 1 for DJ KSR. Track number 4, let's play it.
JVRD.
Oh, man.
Ah.
Tie? We got a tie? All right, we're going to keep that as a tie? Give it to KSR? All right.
I'll take it.
All right, we're going to give it 2. We got 2. He's getting nervous. All right.
Let me get my drink in
Next
there.
one's the last one.
All right, this is the tiebreaker. KSR, DJ
Out
M.
of these two, man.
Yeah.
All right, DJ MV, play that tiebreaker.
Chardikla.
Make some noise for DJ M. Oh man, okay. DJ M.
Awesome.
It doesn't fit on his waist.
We might have to change this game because this guy wins way
This
too
guy
often.
wins every time.
Oh my God! Again,
But yes,
Shinda, a legend in the game. I think I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and not even believe that this podcast happened. But thank you again so much for coming out.
All of you, man.
Thank you for bringing your friends with you. And there's a lot more we got to cover. So hopefully, if you have time for us again, we'll do this one more time.
Definitely look out for his YouTube channel. We're definitely gonna be looking out for it.
Yeah.
Live music, so that's something that we're gonna all look out for.
Fantastic.
Once again, make some noise for Sukshinder Shinda.
Yeah.
And we out.
Thank you, man.
Great podcast, guys.
Sick.